Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, my people. How you guys doing today? Today's Wednesday, 24th of April, 2024. It's good to be back here again. Thank you very much for your time with us. For those of you that just joined us right there, I'd like to quickly appreciate every one of you right there because we don't have much people on the comment section yet. Start with Miracle B. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. Mother of all mommy, that's right. Good evening to you, mommy. Thank you for all you do. We have Austin Prince with us, of Yas Peters. Good evening to you. Wisdom Lucky, Mike Ahiambare. God bless you all. Good evening to you. Sagbavo Kwonga right there with us. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. Mercy Amarege, Kingsdale Gera here, Maka E. God bless you all, my wonderful people. Good evening to every one of you right there. Patience Temudia, Michael Alganamaro. Good evening to you, sir. Good evening to every one of you, my wonderful people. Help us to press on the like button, help us to share as well. All right, like to quickly respond to that last video that I just played, where the man said, if things were working or if all the past and present leaders have been doing the right thing, nobody will be clamoring for a division. You see, I've said this so many times on this platform, and it's the truth. If our leaders start doing the right thing today, you see that, the statistic of the people clamoring for a division will drastically dropped. Yes, but the reason why everybody is saying now, oh, division, we want to go, division, we want to go, because nothing is working. Nothing is working. That's just the fact. So let's say it how it is. I thought I should quickly come in to respond to that particular video. That's a wonderful video right there, from our brother Colways. Thank you very much, Great Mind, for your time with us. Good evening to you, Luciano. Thank you very much. God bless you all, my wonderful people. Yes, I would like us to quickly listen to Mr. Peter Obi. Mr. Peter Obi had a press conference today. He talked about so many things. He responded to Reno mockery. He talked about the state of the nation. He talked about the prospective plans and everything. I'd like us to listen to this quickly, then I'll come back to you all. Please help us to press on the like button, help us to share, press on the dollar sign, encourage what we do here as well. My people, now God bless you now.
And on what is in my mind, only God knows.
Okay, point please. Then point please. After we spoken, point please. Okay.
John Akubo is the name. I write for the Guardian. As we are talking about possible water, digging borehole. I don't know if you remember that electricity is a problem now. To even pump the water. What is your thought about that? Okay. Then, on the issue of your party, a recent convention by the party portrayed a dysfunctional party, and your foray into politics using Labour Party gave an image to Labour Party. Now that there is a disarray, is it not a moral burden that where you were, things that are unimaginable, things that the existing parties, APC and PDP, never did, the Labour Party is doing it. The convention took place without the normal World Congress and the rest of them, and at the convention, they handed over the ticket of 2027 to you, and that of Abia State Government. Don't you think everything is abnormal here?
Let me tell you, as you imagine the abnormality in Labour Party, it is not anything to be compared with what is happening in the other two parties. It is far minor, and it's something that will be dealt with. We're dealing with a system. Every system has its up and down, and it will be managed and everything. And I assure you, this will also be dealt with. There's nothing out of control in this exercise. Things go wrong and it's corrected. And I assure you, we'll deal with it. But again, I don't want to focus, but let's focus on the poor people of Nigeria.
I write for Nigerian Tribune. Two questions. One is a follow-up to the issue of the borehole. We know that the technology related to cracking hills, rocky plains, to pull out the stones we use either for houses or roads, by borrowing of holes in several parts before the dynamites are set in. And the essence is when they borrow these holes, it weakens the strength of the hole. And that is where I have a concern with the issue of having boreholes in repeats across the country as a short-term measure. Because in the long term, how will these holes be filled back to be able to reduce that issue of the simple geography we learned in school that earthquake and other result from shift. And when you have such weakness in multiple places, that may cause that. Then we can't run away from your party, sir, because it is a vehicle that brought you more to many Nigerians than the fewer Nigerians who knew you before the 2023 election. I do know that in one of the briefings, I was not there, but I read it. He said that, I think he said that an auditor has been hired to look into the books of the party when the issue of the monies were coming up, so that were how they there. What is the status of that? And why is nothing seem to be heard about our flag?
Thank you. Have you ever heard that other parties audited the accounts?
No, the Labour Party is...
Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing that. We're not going to be reporting to you daily on the auditor's report. It is when the auditors ring on, and if you want a daily report on the auditors, we are directed to the auditors. They don't report to me daily. It is only when they finish. It could take them months, it could take them years. Even in their financial system, it takes years to audit an account.
So it is ongoing.
All I know is that we have engaged somebody. So that's it. And that's what we need to do. We can only come back to you to talk about it when it's finished. On the other issue, like I said, we are being consumed in the process of today and yesterday. If there's no crisis in the Labour Party, does it in any way solve my challenge that I'm appealing today? It will not provide water. Will it deal with the Nigerian school system? No. I came to appeal for a different thing. And I listened to your concerns. And we will deal with that concerns. But please, I'm pleading with you, do not allow that to undermine my appeal. My appeal is what will help the poor people live a better life. That's what I go around. I've been going around this country trying to help in any way I can. And I'm appealing to other people to do the same thing. And that appeal, I need to enlist you as a partner, the press as partner, to help us to continue that direction without allowing it to be muddled up with the issue of party or no party. People, when we drill water, there's no party involved. There's no this. When I talk the issue of road now, is there any road built by any party? We want the road so people will pass. So let's deal with issues. Is there any party that buys food cheaper? So you say, if we solve this, it would have solved this. So let's deal with issues that are bothering our people today.
The last of
Okay, sir.
oh, Adana.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, there is this talk of an alliance between you and Atiku to form a major party. I really good.
Again, we're going back to my appeal. My appeal this morning is about issues that border on people. If there's an alliance, will it provide potable water? Will it drill a borehole? If there's an alliance, will it make school work? I will appeal that we concentrate on this my challenge and leave everything. The day we discuss politics, I assure you people I'll spend time with you. Today is strictly to appeal. And I want to enlist you people. In your villages, what I'm saying today is that. And what we're doing in this country is not fair to the people of the country, because we bother ourselves on issues of election, transaction, all sorts of things that does not concern the people. It is about the people. I've never gone to any of where I'm drilling borehole or paying for people to eat and everything and mention party. I will even tell them, I'm not here on campaign. You can vote whoever you want to when the campaign comes. However, I'm here to ensure that I support your well-being. And the well-being of the poor people is my concern 24 hours.
All right, now that we are not talking about the 2027 election going to parties, and we are looking at having a Quranic education vis-a-vis the Western world. Someone recently accused you that you didn't build or complete any new school as a governor. How will you react to this?
Well, you need to go and read my manifesto. You know, what we do here is that we don't read people's manifesto and know what they promised. When I was campaigning to, as you know, and I'm sure you're aware, there was a term for nearly 2 years, the schools were shut in Anambra State. And everybody listened to, even yesterday when we were at Kaduna, a bishop said it, the Anambra school system went very low in rating. When I was campaigning to be governor, I said I'll change the educational system in Anambra State, where schools and our children will never be closed. I'll make sure I give the best to education. When I was coming to Anambra to be governor, we have what we call male-girl-child issue, where most of the males were not in school. I said I'll reverse that. And I'll make sure that Anambra State becomes one of the best. And when I started, we were number 26, 27, Wayaka and Neko. By the time I left, we were number 1. That is what. When I went to Anambra State, I know the state of the schools. When I left, every secondary school in Anambra State had, like I said, a borehole, they had computers, they had vehicles, they have generator. No other state in this country, not one, will say they were able to fit. You can go and ask even providers of computer. Even had, every secondary school had internet. You can go and ask one of the famous makers of computer sets. Let me remember their name now. No, Zynos is the agent we use, but it's the equipment. What we bought was the HP. When we ordered computers and desktop tech for HP, they told us, print out everything. They said, no government can afford this. But we bought them at a go, 30,000 complete sets for our various schools. No government was able to do that. We were able to train our teachers and everything. And the result is what you're seeing today. And to even go further, while I do not know who said that, and I don't want to know, but let me help you further. The only measure of development while I served as a governor is Millennium Development Goals, which was initiated in the year 2000 with Nigeria and over 150 countries as signatories. That is what China used to change China. India, Vietnam, you can go on and on. That was the only measure. I became governor and started implementing the MDG goals by the year 2008. That is clear 8 years after I had started. But by the time it was concluded in 2015, Anambra was #1 in the implementation of that. I was even invited to United Nations to come and talk about my experience. That is measured by UNDP. This is not a measurement where you say Peter scored himself high. And I can tell you, our school, our hospitals, and assistants became model for every other person. So I believe that we did the right thing. Those who are looking for the wrong thing, what I promised the people are delivered. I live in Anambra State today. I live in Onitsha. I'm just going there now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, my people. I appreciate you all. That is Peter Obi, our Excellency. You know, that is my principal right there. Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency, speaking to all Nigerians across the world, literally. You know, talking about it. I like the fact that they addressed the situation or the allegation concerning Reno Mercury. You know, although there are a lot of twists already on social media. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, my wonderful people. For those of you that want to join us today, you know, that is the only video that we're going to play today. Just click on the link and join us. The link will be posted right there in the comment section. Click on it, join us here, and let's talk about the things that's affecting you and I. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Press on the like button, help us to share as well. Also, press on the $sign, you know, and let's do this together. Now, God bless you now. Thank you very much. Let me bring some articles in before I will start taking calls. I can see some of you calling in already. Please just bear with me. Let me quickly bring these articles to your screen so we can take it from here. Bear with me, my people. Just give me a sec and let's quickly do this. I can see someone on the backstage already. Please bear with me. I will be with you shortly. I'm almost there. Okay, that is okay, give us a mandate. Okay, let me put this on your screen like I said before. Guys, please, the best that you can do for us right now is by pressing on the like button and let's do this together. So very important. So the same thing. What?
Are you calling my name?
No. I'm not, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Why I didn't build. Good evening, my brother. Thank you so much. Okay, as you can see right there, why I didn't build new schools in Anambra as governor. Mr. Peter Obi just explained to you already. So I just wanted to tally that up with this article, and that is it. You know, but let me bring another article in so we can take it from here. Emefiele. So EFCC arraigned Emefiele on fresh charges. Hey God, says he printed 685.5 million notes with 18.9 billion naira. Can you imagine? Emata. Hey, no, wait. Emefiele, you printed 685.5 million. Abi, I'm not seeing this way. 84.5 million note with 18.9 billion naira. So people, your day shall we suppose rot in jail, shall?
But not being fought now.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is set to arraign former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, for approving the printing of 685.5 million notes at the rate of 18.9 billion naira. Can you imagine? These guys, they see us finish. Oh, if you see the kind of things that's happening in Nigeria, you'll know, say, these people, no, they see us finish. Ah, now, wow. Thank you, Shuma. Thank you very much for joining us. Is it your first time with us here today?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Thank you, Shuma. Please, where are you joining us from?
From the United States.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's good to have you on the show. Please bear with us. I'll prioritize you shortly. Thank you. We have Mr. Jonathan as well. So let me quickly bring another one here. This is crazy. This is crazy. To be honest, I can't believe. In fact, make we call Emefiele whether not true. Say you really print this money because me I know understand.
I don't still know why some people are going against the CBN rules. Government, when me fail, government, CBN governor give us the rules that we should go with, that we should abide with. Governor even said, Governor CBN, maybe you understand. Fuck up. Fuck up. Please remind me that in my back.
Hi. Now, wow. Some people get mad though. But anyway, let's move on with the continuous fraud. The continuous fraud from our satanic past and present leaders. Let's listen to this. 80 billion naira fraud. I personally invited Yabelo to my office for interview. He said my operatives should come to his village. ESCC chairman Olu Kayede. Can you imagine? As you all know that Yabelo has so much pride. He doesn't have respect for nobody. ESCC invites you. You were telling ESCC to come to your village. Who are you? There are some people that are supposed to rot in jail. But unfortunately, you know, and that's what we used to hear around, you know, like, you know, some of you have stated on this platform, you know, everything will just die down, then we move on. That is it. Where's better I do as we speak? This is crazy. Let's move on. Let me quickly take this one here. Bear with me, guys. Let me take this one quickly. This one, we're diverting. Let's go to Edo State quickly. Because when I hear this one today, this one surprised me. Obaseki. Herders must buy land to graze their cattle in Edo State. Governor Obaseki restates open grazing ban. Obaseki said this insisted that the ban of open grazing in the state is still in full force. The governor of Governor Obaseki, those state governor, said that in any herdsman who wants to establish ranches in the state must approach communities in the state to buy land. So if they buy land, right, in case you guys are not getting what is happening here, if they buy land, you will allow them to stay, right? That means you are giving them an open door. If they buy land, they can stay in Edo State. That is the stand of the Edo State governor right now. It's crazy. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. I'd like to take calls right now. Before I take calls, let me quickly, I'll come back to callers shortly. Let me go to Chima. Chuma, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you. Please, I would like you to talk to us. Please, where are you joining us from?
I said I'm joining from US. I'm currently at work now. I can't be able to talk. I'm just listening.
All right. Okay, you're just listening. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to you then.
I'm at work. I can't really talk. I just want to listen to what you guys are saying.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Okay, that's fine.
I'm in the US, so I'm not at home.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, people. when Chuma is ready to speak, please just indicate from the private chat, then we'll let you speak from there. Thank you very much, my wonderful people. I appreciate you all. Let me quickly come to the first person on the phone, which is Ben. Mr. Ben, thanks for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
I want to help is good afternoon, boss. I greet you. I greet every members in the panel. It's a wonderful day again to talk about what's going on in the country. Before I start, I want to say my appreciation to our mommy diaspora. If you listen to my voice, thank you very much, ma.
Thank you.
Really appreciate everything that you do. God bless you, ma. All right. So this whole situation with God, it may feel it. We're not asking the right questions. Nobody's asking the right questions. Emefiele had a boss when he was CBN governor. Who was the boss? Was it not Mohamed Buhari that was his boss that employed him to be the CBN governor? If Emefiele is being prosecuted and persecuted for whatever crimes he committed, then what happened to his own boss, which is Buhari? Is anybody probing Buhari? Why are we not asking the right questions? Where is Buhari? Buhari oversaw that country for 8 years. And are you telling me that he doesn't know about all of these financial crimes that happened during his tenure? Emefiele is being probed here and there. They are raising all these allegations. Where is his boss, Buhari? What? Has he answered any questions? No, but because it's APC, they're just targeting people that they have grievances with, but they're not looking at the person that employed Emefiele. They're not asking him questions, and he's getting away with all of the corruptions that happened under his watch for 8 years. That's a very pathetic, and as Mr. Evans would say, satanic, government that we had for 8 years. It's ridiculous. I don't understand this kind of people who get for that country. And to our principal, Peter Obi, that I really enjoyed that. I'll call it a press conference when he's answering questions and all that. To Reno, Reno is just a vuvuzela. Reno has been paid by the APC government to discredit Peter Obi. That's just it. He's acting like he's not supporting APC, but we all know from his tweets, his posts on Facebook, his posts on Instagram, on YouTube, on everything, he's just targeting Peter Obi and nobody else. Why is he not talking about his own principal, Atiku? He's not saying, since the election ended, he has never said anything about Atiku. After the election, Atiku took all of his resources and left the country and is somewhere in Dubai chilling. Nobody's saying anything about that. Reno has never said anything about that. But Peter Obi, that is doing everything possible to alleviate the suffering of his own people by creating boreholes, by talking to the people, by giving people hope. Now that one in Reno, they attack every single day. And the reason why Reno is doing that is because APC has paid him to just discredit Peter Obi. Because what Peter Obi is doing by going around this is to let people know that he may have lost the election, not legally because they stole his mandate. He may have lost the election, but he's still there for you people. So Peter Obi is so rich, he's a billionaire. He doesn't even have to be the president of the country, and he will live a good life. But because this man has the interest of his people at heart, he wants that country to grow. He wants to see that the people in that country, prosper. That's why he's doing all these things. But people like Reno, satanic Reno, I know Reno watches our show. He does. I'm telling you, Reno watches our show. Satanic Reno, they paid you to discredit the personality of Peter Obi, and you will not succeed because the obedient movement is not a political party; it's an ideology, and we know that sooner or later, come rain or shine, Peter Obi will be the president of that country. I don't care if he's running on Labour Party or PDP or whatever. His own time will come, and Nigeria will respond to it. But why? I greet you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me take another call. For those of you that want to call in, please, this is the best time for you to call in now. Because if not, I'm going to go to the panels to start hearing from our panelists. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, press on the like button, help us to share, and let's do this together. Nolly, thanks for calling in. Mr. Chimize, you also calling in as well. Please talk to us. Good evening to you. Hello.
Hey, Niger Watch.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, good
Good evening, sir. Please talk
I
to
greet
us.
all Nigerian Watch family. Nigerian Watch, congratulations to us yesterday. We wish
Chelsea.
5-0. I know that match will be. You are using one eye on the platform, using one eye on football.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My brother, the last speaker, you can't get Buhari. Where will you get Buhari? So for people that are crucifying MFL, I think the way we are dragging the man, when we drag him a little bit, we leave him a little bit, because you say he has a boss. Where are they? Because Buhari is nowhere to be found. I keep saying it. Buhari is nowhere to be found. You haven't seen Buhari in any. See, when a president finish his tenure or finish ruling a country, you will see they always cite a former president somewhere with the wife or with the kids. But this one is no. You can see him nowhere. So what that one tells you? Are they going to go and setting a spirit? Or even the person that is okay, let him get Malami, so Malami will come and answer some questions. Not only MFL they are dealing with. That's not good. That's no. It's not good. The one-sided judgment is bad. I hate it. That's not good. That's not way things work. Then on Peter Obi has said it now. One is the one you are pleading for. Anybody can say, okay, Obi, I'm coming with you. Okay, I will take one more hole to do. That's what Peter Obi means. You know? Anybody can say, okay, I will come. He can say, okay, how will I get to Peter Obi? Let me do this one on my community. That's how things work. You know, that's how a good position is supposed to be doing. Not only on election or pre-election period, people will come out, they will come out and say, I promise you this. I promise you this road. I promise you water, they will drain it, they will do this. All those stuff is fallacy. After the election, they enter house. That's it. And let us not quit to be judged. Like more kenke. You see, Nigeria quit to judge somebody. We should stop it. And even our so-called police, army, in fact, the whole Nigeria, you will see somebody, before you know it, everybody chasing that person. Before you know it, they put eye on that person, they just burn that person. They just kill the person immediately. Why? We take judgment in our hands very quick. We judge people quickly. And it's not supposed to be that. We're supposed to do investigation and find out how true this thing is. Is it true or bad? So we don't learn. Nigerians learn. Like what I'm saying is,
thank you.
Reno or Mercury never checkmate or go and ask. He just behind his keyboard writing, and he has a followers. He keep doing what he's doing. Like the paymaster paid him, and he keep doing. That's not good. What I said, we have to do something like we have to checkmate. We have to check people before we come out and say this is bad or it's good. Thank you, Nigeria Watch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay, let me take another call quickly. I have, let me see who's calling in again. Ginger Breadman, please, I'd like you to talk to us, guys. Help us to press on the like button, let our voices go far. Thank you very much, my brother. Please talk to us. Thank you. Good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Please talk to us.
How you doing?
We don't miss you now. We're not hear from you again now.
I did background. My blood they hot, so I do want me to cool down small. I want to quickly, I greet everybody, mommy, dad, diaspora, God bless you for giving us a man like this gentleman here that is bringing the truth to the front. The caller and Mr. Timothy, they have raised very, very important points. And I wanted to say something. You see, you cannot persecute their body. Person will not die. They don't even persecute that. Because the true question is that CBN governor, does he have the rights to approve the amounts they use to print money or the amount of money to be printed? He acts under the commander-in-chief. So if Emefiele is being prosecuted, every day they will bring up a new charge. The question is, what of the organ will they give her the instruction? You see, he is nowhere to be found, as that Major said, because that man never existed. Nigeria was camped for 8 years or for more than 6 years, because there's a man that is in detention now. There's a reason they don't want to bring him out. There is a reason why people in that administration were stealing without mercy. The former humanitarian minister, where it took over from, the woman stole without conscience. The minister. It's because the head, who is an imposter, does not exist. Because if EFCC now, where they run like saying that they be ninja, they pursue everywhere. If I don't go visit Buhari for the rabbi now, say come and answer question. Under your administration, so and so person was printing billions with millions. This one scatter millions. It is because Nigeria was calm, and Nigeria continue to be quiet and be watching the scam. As Mr. Timothy said, after a president finishes his tenure, he's normal citizen. You will cite him in different occasions. Don't we cite Goodluck Jonathan in some occasion? Don't we cite President Olusegun Obasanjo in occasion? As anybody cited Buhari? That particular the prosecutor, it does not exist. Nigeria, shine your eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, callers, please hold on. Let me go to the panel because we have a couple of people already on the panel. Okay, Nolly, let me just quickly return your call. You called so many times. Please pick your phone on time and talk to us. Okay, sir, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, Madam thank you so much for calling me back, and I greet everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Diaspora, especially. Thank you so much, sir. I want to ask a question, but the two gentlemen who recently called, they mentioned a bit of what I want to ask. I wanted to ask if there's an immunity that covered ex-presidents. Because whatever these guys are doing, if Buhari is not arraigned, there's everything that they are doing is, to me, is nothing. Because every time they're calling on Emefiele, why the Buhari is there? Nobody's talking about Buhari. Nobody's, trying to bring him to answer some questions. What happened on his administration? So that's my question: is there any immunity that covered ex-president that they can't be arrested or they can't come to answer some questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, my last caller is Madam Origin. So then I come to the panel. Guys, do your part. Madam Origin, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, ma'am. Please talk to us.
Hello.
Thank you, Madam Origin.
Hello?
Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Yes, Mr. Niger Watch. Oh, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. God bless you for Nigeria. And God bless Mr. Peter Gregory OP. I don't know where to start. It's like whenever you come to this platform, the information is like, whoa, is this on one country or is it on 10 countries? What is going on in Nigeria, the abomination and atrocities and wickedness is just unimaginable. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch, for this platform, for this voice for the voiceless. You see, I'll start from where our principal talked about. It's like the press, media, Nigerian media. I'll just say something very quickly. Someone made a very, very apt comment on the comment section. Oh, by the way, please, all protocols observed. I'm so in this, and I just want to go straight to all I want to say before Mr. Niger Watch Day, tell me it's time up. Minister, is it a female or a male SO? Is it some people are so backward, and I will use the word, the media of Nigeria is so backward. They keep asking unnecessary questions. They are like, they love the retrogression in Nigeria. Now, how many times did these press people ask? It's like they have this borehole orgy, Labour Party orgy that they can't get their mind out of it. The man is asking you, and Nigerian media, excluding Niger Watch media because he is for the people. Nigerian media, when are you going to be for the people? Mr. Peter Gregory said it almost 100 times. He said he is imploring them, even begging them, please enlist yourself to be a partner in the people development. Nigeria media. Please, that is what he is saying, please. Is it this party, religion? When you talk about, when it's a deception, that is when you will see Nigerian media will be number one. Every important thing that needs to be listed out, they are not talking about it. Please, if that's the only thing I say today, Nigerian media, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi say, be a partner in the people development. Be a partner in ensuring that Nigeria people are being represented in your media. Now, I go to the man that said I was asked the initial video clip. In fact, I agree, Nigeria should be dismantled. You see, this thing that Flora Shaw and his boyfriend Frederick Lugard concocted, aka Niger, baptized to Nigeria, it does not make sense. It is not people friendly. This thing that has turned indigenous people to merchandise, where one man can sit and decide what happens to the people of Benin Kingdom, the people of Oduduwa Kingdom, and these people have no say because they will go and pick one man in one criminal in the state, and that man can make a decision. So it's not working. Now, these are my reasons for them to dismantle this thing, to save lives. Number two, for economic reasons, for economic progress, for economic development. Number three, for the peace of the people. These are my reasons. Number four, a better government. If we dismantle this, EDO Kingdom will now come and show what they are meant. In the EDO Kingdom had electricity before United States. So that is my reason.
Okay.
Another reason is that, okay, you see now. I said,
No, Randolph. No, don't worry, Randolph.
I'm caught up. I just want to thank everyone. Please, this place is our therapy lounge, our healthy lounge. We'll keep coming here to say the truth, make the truth known. And Mr. Niger Watch is the number one for the people. And God bless you. God bless Mama Diaspora. God bless all our wonderful panelists. Let's keep pushing. We are making progress. It is working. God bless you all.
Thank you, man. God bless you too. Thank you. Okay, that is our last caller for down. I'll come back to the rest of you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on. Let me call on the first person on the panel. Okay, let me prioritize somebody first. Abdul Malik, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening.
Don't.
You said what? Give us a minute. Speak now. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Your network is failing again, I guess. You know. Anyway, Abdul Malik, thank you, sir, for joining us. Good evening to you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Thank you. You are welcome.
Thank you. Talk to us,
Can
sir.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much for joining the show today. Please, I'd like you to talk to us.
Yeah, I'll be following your program, Mr. Evis. Niger World. Thank you for your work doing. Understand? You are trying, eh?
Thank you.
I try to follow you to log in sometime, but sometimes it's very difficult for me to log in. I just
know.
trying now, but it's good through.
Thank you, sir.
I'm calling you from Czech Republic.
Oh, Czech Republic. Okay, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm joining from Czech Republic. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. It's good to have you on the show. Do you have anything that you want to talk about the state of our nation?
No, I'm listening to you. Later we talk. I'm listening.
Okay, okay. I'll come back to you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Okay. Give us a mandate. Your network failing again. Can you hear me? Fortunately, give us a mandate. We can't hear you at all. So I need to move on to the next person. You know, I would like to prioritize somebody again quickly, which is Madam Albi Ashuko. Good evening to you, ma. It's good to have you on the show. I'd like you to talk to us. How are you doing today, ma?
I'm doing fine, and thank you very much. And Mama Daspara, I love you. Keep doing what you are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma.
Well, like somebody, I don't know who said that. I just want to add my own voice. We want to kill MFLA. I'm not saying that he did right. No. But how about the president? The person that gave him the order to do whatever he did. He did something wrong. I don't think anybody should be above the law. We're following the presidential system. And right here in the US, see what Trump is going about. You know what he did? Just because he paid somebody money to cover up something. Not that he even stole money, not that they did what they did. And he's going through a lot just because of that. And we're just talking about MFL. Like I said, I cannot hold brief for him. In fact, he should be in jail, not even he shouldn't even they shouldn't let him out. But our former president, he has a lot of things to tell us, to tell Nigerians that this is what I did, this is what I didn't do. I heard they said somebody forged his signature. That is very laughable. They're making us look like we don't know anything. Look at what 2 days ago. Somebody from Sierra Leone, he went just like attacking me. I said, what did I do this time around? He said, please, Obi, just leave me. I said, what did I do? You people are supposed to be the one who should follow. Look at what you people are just messing us up. We're hoping that Nigeria will be the light of Africa. And look at what people are doing. See what is happening to Trump. Can't people do it? And the one he says your president did everything he did. And look at what people are doing. Look, I didn't know what to say. And I said, well, we're trying to sort it out. And he said, the man I know that could have been your president, all this wouldn't have happened. PWB, I don't know him. But all he has done, I Googled him, and I saw what this man has done. How come Nigerians cannot for once speak what they call the power to truth or something? So I was can you imagine when somebody else is telling you that, in fact, telling me that we are fools, people can't do anything. What's going on? And all this people be doing this nice borehole. Somebody is doing something with his own money. He's not asking the government. And now he said, oh, accounts. Wow. How about the other parties? Have they nothing? They've not shown anything. That Nigerian people have to do something. It got me thinking. And I said, this is true. So I listened to this what you just played now. You see somebody going back to Labour Party, going back to Boho. You know, can you imagine? And I think our what do I call them? The media people there, or the house, what do you call it again? Like Arise channel and all that. I think we should actually cut them off because they're not doing anything. Instead of listening to what they're saying, especially when they call, is it Shegu? That is always looking for somebody to talk about Pirobi. And I'm wondering, is Pirobi the only Nigerian? He's not our president. He's not. Everything is he asking somebody a question. The next thing, and he said he did better than Obi. Why bring Obi into it? Because that's the only time people want to listen to what he's saying. I really don't understand it. Apart from Niger Watch, I started watching you since last year. I don't know. It was just by mistake. I just saw it. I said, let me just click this thing. I just clicked it, and since then I'm glued to it. Even though it's not long I started coming there. Every time I watch it, every time, I keep laughing when they say, "You call me a man." I say, "No problem. It's okay." I say, "It's okay. No problem." So. But I just want to actually tell you that I appreciate you. I appreciate you and what you stand for. It's not easy. And sometimes I'm not saying that I'm good, but I see a little bit of me in you. You cannot tell me, there's nobody I don't, I cannot tell anything, but I cannot insult anybody. But I can never fear anybody. It doesn't matter what you think you are. I will not disrespect you, but I will not fear you. And I like that about you. So please just keep it up. I beg you, keep it up. And we'll be praying for you. We'll pray for you. Keep it up. Keep it up. God bless you.
God bless you too, man.
I don't know if I'll be able to talk again because I'm at work. But I just came out to have this at least. But I'll be listening. I'll be listening to what you're saying. Please keep it up and God bless you. Okay.
God bless you, man. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, my wonderful people right there. Please do your part. Press on the. What did they happen? And nobody don't buy me coffee today. Press on that dollar sign. I'm gonna fear that dollar sign. They bite. What did they happen? I bet press and boom. Wanna not make me vex. Just press Sam. Press the dollar sign. It did your front there. If you can comment, okay, click the last sign. Maybe put your comment inside. All right, let's move on to the next person. Let's see if Give Us Abade can speak now. If not, we'll continue to jump you today. Because I don't know what they happen for you to you.
Please, Niger Watch.
Ma.
I'm sorry, I don't know. Anytime, maybe I have to go out. Because anytime I go, if I stay here, I want to buy coffee, pay for coffee. And I don't see the dollar sign.
No, you can't. You can't do it when you're on the screen, except when you are off screen.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. Thank you.
God bless you, man. Yes, man. All right. Let me see. Give us a mandate to you did there. Don't call you tired today. Okay. We'll have to leave you behind for now. Let me go to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hello, Mr. Ivis.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today, Mr. Ivis?
I'm fine.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Greetings to all the panelists here today, those that are on the comment section. I greet everyone. God bless you all and welcome. It's another day, Nigeria story. That's just the way it is. And yeah, on one hand, it is good. It is good that we have a country that things are happening. On the other hand, is that those things that are happening are not in our favor, or they are not in favor of the ordinary Nigerians. But things are happening. At least the country is not dead. The country.
What is happening? When you say things are happening, you mean the negative side or
Yes, things are happening. The negative things are happening in Nigeria every day. I always call it like it's a soap opera. You see, things are happening. We have things to talk about. So it's not like things are not happening. So Nigeria is alive, but unfortunately, those things that are happening are not, in favor of the ordinary people, the ordinary day-to-day Nigerians. But things are happening. And today I'm glad again. And when I say things are happening, sometimes when you look at it holistically, you will still see things that will give you joy and that will make you to have that sense that okay, Mr. Give us a mandate. You are ready to take over. You want to take over?
Somebody's already talking now. No, give us a mandate. Wait.
Hello? Give us a mandate.
Give us a mandate. Somebody's talking. Somebody's talking. Please mute for now, please.
Let him go ahead, bro. I mean,
okay.
He said for the trial, Mr. Elvis. But go ahead, Mr. John.
Okay, all right.
He said by the trial, who don't call you reach 300 times.
So as I was saying,
No. I was the first person here, but you first person. After that, you now go to the callers, accept several calls.
That's what I'm saying. We'll be calling you.
No
network is not allowing you.
No worry. Sit down for that time. No worry. No, you have to go ahead. Sit down for your friends.
Everybody knows I'll be calling you.
Sit down for your friends. Sit down for your friends. No worry. Sit down for your friends. No worry. They follow that man. That APC man, they support that. No worry. I will come for that too. No, go ahead, Mr. Jonathan.
APC waiting. That's when they supported Mr. Jonathan.
Give us a mandate. No, mandate. Which network do they use?
My brother, now airport now this way. I did the airport, so you understand.
Okay.
Ukraine.
Okay.
You go Afghanistan.
No, I go. You know, I go UK. I go Nigeria watch media. I want to post some
Okay, now.
Thank you.
Right. So, thank you, guys. So, as I was saying, there are things happening in Nigeria, and today is another day that I'm glad for the fact that Mr. Peter Obi came out. And the reason why I'm glad is the fact that he's doing the right thing. So, when you see these kind of things happening, it gives you that sense of gladness that, yeah, that country is alive and that the country will still stand, will continue to stand for good when you see things like this happening. Because what he did today, Mr. Peter Obi, is exactly what we've been talking about, what opposition should do. I was saying the other day, if not the other day or yesterday, that before you call Jack, they will say, when we are talking, first they will say, you are just talking. Nothing is happening. It's just talk. That statement is so childish. If I may just say it like that, it's so childish. Before you say Jack, they will say, we don't love Nigeria. We hate Nigeria. All we do. This is an epitome of a man that loves his country. He came out today and he outlined exactly what the government should be doing. He's not keeping it to himself. He brought it out, what the government should be doing. And it makes me happy. So when we are talking about, we will say, what are the solutions? You are just criticizing. Nobody is criticizing without solution. If you listen to people, even on this platform, all you need to do is be a good listener. If you are a good listener, you see people talking. You will see in all their submissions, you will see advices, you will see suggestions. If you listen very well. But Mr. Peter Obi today came out and he brought it out openly. He gave the government suggestions. He gave them advice. They can pretend, even though they want, just pretend, just do this. He admonished the richest Nigerians to come out and be doing what is right. It was a suggestion. If they like, they do it. If they don't like, let them sit down, put there, and let them, let the status quo remain. But if you know you love the country and you have the capacity, just take one of those things and do it. And do you know why I believe him? You know why I believe him? You know why I agree with him? It's not just talking empty. It's not just talking based on what some people, they sat in one room and then they say, Ogasa, our boss, Your Excellency, here are the things that we should do. Here are the best way to go. No. Mr. Obi is talking from knowledge. That's what a leader does. We've seen him in the last 2-3 months going around the country, especially the northern part, one-on-one, himself, physically. He saw things himself. It's not that some sycophant, some panderers, what they want, when they are talking to their boss, they will give their boss what they want the boss to hear, the way they are doing to Mr. Tinubu now. And they are liars. No, that's not Mr. Peter Obi. He spoke from knowledge. So that's why I believe him. That's why I agree with him. He's been going around the country. He saw these things firsthand. And based on that, he came up with suggestion. He came up with strategies as a leader. That's what good leader does. He wasn't talking empty. He sat down with the poorest of the poorest in Nigeria, the downtrodden. Talk of the downtrodden. He sat down with them on the floor, crossed his leg, dip his hand in the same plate and eat with them. So when that man is now talking, I will take what he's saying. Not what one Nigerian minister or what politician will come and tell me. I will be stupid to accept or to agree or to just take whatever he's saying. But when a man like this is talking, I agree with him because he's talking from knowledge. A profound solution. If you know you have a better one, bring it out. Bring your own out and let's compare. It's not going to hurt anybody. Bring your own suggestion. In fact, the more we have, the better for the country. In terms of education, education is the background of development. Education is what deals with poverty, generational poverty. And this is what they have been avoiding. I love the idea. This man always come up with ideas. He said, take it to them and look at the cost. He put it there. So we all saw it now. He put the cost there. How much it will cost? At that point, my eyes wide open. I was stunned because he said it will cost like 5 million naira 1 year to set up a school in one location, employed with the teachers. Because he asked them, how much will you be earning? They have told him how much salary they will need. It's not what one advisor will go and write a report and go and give it to the president and say one teacher will be collecting 500,000 naira per month, whereas they will end up paying that teacher 20,000 or 18,000 or 30,000 naira per month. He heard them. He know what the salary is going to be. He did a cost analysis. He said it's going to be about 5 million naira 1 year to run one of such school. Can you imagine that? And if you have that scattered all over that part of Nigeria, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, you'll be getting these people out of poverty. The politicians will not be able to manipulate them any longer. They don't want that to happen. How simple is this? This is what a leader does. He brought it out. Every other thing they are talking about, a borehole is not working. Labour Party and Nigerian Labour Congress, Labour Party merging with other parties, those are all distractions at the moment. Let's focus on the real thing. Focus on it. And then they will go ahead again. They will go further. They will say, it's playing politics. See, if it is politics, let it be politics. If what Mr. Peter Obi is doing now, I will say that over and over again, so that you people will bury this stupid idea of calling it politics, campaign. If it is campaign, let it be campaign. After all, that's not what it's doing. So it is not illegal. It is not doing something that is illegal. If it is politics campaign you want to call it, that's your problem. Call it. If what is doing is what is going to get people out in Nigeria to be doing the right thing, let it be so. Yes. Because you don't have anything to think. You cannot sit down and analyze and use your brain other than to be coming out with some cheap whatever politics, calling what Mr. Peter Obi is doing politics. You can't think. And if it is politics, yes, let it be. If that is what is going to take to get Nigeria moving, to bring Nigeria to that point where we will all be proud of it, let it be so. Yes, I agree with it. Let it be so. How much does it take to do all these things? Because they don't have anything. All they want is just distractions. Distraction and distractions and distraction. That is their strategy. They don't want people to focus on the real thing. Let us focus on the real thing or the real things. People, they are now building, constructing Lagos, Calabar. That's another distraction. And he laid it out. We have so many roads in Nigeria, so many uncompleted projects. Can't you focus on that? You brought in another distractions so that Nigeria can be wasting their time on that. So many things. It brought out a short-term solution. If you have a better idea, bring it out now and do it. Bring it out. Let's hear it so that we can compare. Because all we want is the betterment of Nigeria, rather than all these nonsensical distractions that you are throwing all over the place. Again, I will say it. If what Mr. Peter Obi is doing is politics and campaign, let it be so. And if that is what is going to change Nigeria, let it be so. Because what he's doing is not illegal. He's a Nigerian citizen and he has the right going around the country. When last did you see your president, your so-called president, visit 4 states in a row? 4 states. That's what president does. Wake up one morning. By 8, 9 a.m. in the morning, you are in Ekiti State, in 2, 3 local governments in Ekiti State. By 4 p.m. same day, you are in Jigawa State, visiting 2, 3 local governments in Jigawa State. 2, 3 days later, you are in Ebonyi State, visiting 1 or 2 local governments. By the other week, you are somewhere in Delta State or Bayelsa. Those riverine area. You roll off your sleeves, your sleeves. Get in there. After you have done that for a month, if you stand there in Aso Rock and you are talking, I will believe you. That's what a president does. After you have told, do it like that. And then you take a deep breath. 3 months later, you do the same thing. Your advisors will not come to you and throw nonsense throw any rubbish to you, because they know you go out and you see things firsthand. That's what president does. Take a tour, go around the country, visit 2, 3, 4 states within a week. That's what president does. So when you now come back and you are now speaking based on your first-hand knowledge and experience, people will believe you, not just to sit down there strategizing on how to siphon and make the country dry. Mr. Elvis, I would just want to say this finally on Emefiele. Please just give me a minute. See, let them, the reason why nothing will happen to Emefiele, nothing is going to happen. Please get that into your head now. Nigerians, we love to see stealing, robbery going on, and we will do nothing. After the robbery has been done, completed, then we will start talking. Robbery is going on now, but we are concerned, we are distracted with other things. This is a distraction and deception. Why they are stealing the country dry now, they make us to focus on Emefiele. What, you can't get anything done with Emefiele. Nothing. Hear it loud and clear. You can't go after Emefiele without going after Buhari, without going after Malami, without going after Buhari's finance minister. It's not going to happen. It is distraction and deception. If you like, say Emefiele has stolen 100 trillion, not billion, 100 trillion. Emefiele is not going to jail. There cannot be any successful prosecutorial work on that. It is all deception. It's not going to happen. As legitimate as it might look, as legitimate as it might appear that Emefiele did wrong, all the cases and charges against him, they are all empty and going nowhere. Yes, it's going nowhere. It's not going to happen. It's all distraction. It's all deception. They are robbing the country dry right now. They are milking Nigeria dry right now, and they want us to focus on Emefiele without bringing the partners, the co-partners, the people, the principal actors in the last administration, and you are going after Emefiele alone. Come out with 100 trillion naira charges against Emefiele. It's going nowhere. And you all know this. You are only deceiving Nigerians so that we can focus on that. Why you are making the country dry. Currently, you are distributing 200 billion naira as we speak right now. That is what we should focus on, not on Emefiele. The robbery is going on right now. The fresh one is going on. Nigerians don't focus on the robbery when it is going on, and they are there. It is after the robbery has been completed, we will not go in after the robber. The robber that we saw right in front of us is going on right now. We are focusing on Emefiele. This is not Nigeria of before. We know what is going on. It's all distraction. It is useless. It is uncalled for. If you are real, bring all the corporate, all the principal actors, bring them out. And then we will know that you are talking. Mr. Elvis, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone, all the panelists. Thanks.
Okay, Mr. Jonathan, God bless you, sir. Thanks for your submission. It's crazy. It's crazy. God. Mr. Jonathan, are you aware that, hey, God, as we speak now, £1 is 1,619.
I know.
1,619.
Mr. Elvis, is it they are working? Is it that 2.2 billion? That 2.2 billion that they got approval for this past Saturday in Washington DC. That 2. They are working on it now. It's going to land. That 2.2 billion is going to land sometimes. I think first week of May. Then you will see the naira will now bounce back again. You'll be when they exhaust that one too, naira will go back. We will see now. The party continues. How long and how far they will do this, we'll see.
Now, wow. The thing surprised me. Pound will be reach 1,900 or something before. Went back to 160 something.
Money don't finish. The one they used to pump, it's like when somebody needs when you pump something up, you pump it, and then the person is pumped up. And after that drug has gone, the power of that drug, it will just deflate, just come down like that. It just deflates, and then you need to pump again, and then you pump. That's what they are doing in Nigeria.
All right,
it's not real.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. Once again, I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you. Right, I'd like to quickly acknowledge Jerry C. Obaso, and thank you very much for the super chat. I'm grateful. I know the crisis, maybe people buy me coffee. I don't see anybody will buy me coffee. Jerry C. Obaso, I can say, don't worry, I will buy you coffee. Thank you very much, my people. That God will bless you, every one of you. But Jerry C. Obaso, I'm very, very grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you, my people. Continue to encourage what we do. Always hit on the dollar sign. Encourage us to do more for you. Always share our videos. Always like our videos. If you can call in, call in. Let's hear your voice. If you can join the panel, always join the panel. Let's hear your voice. It's a collective effort. One person cannot do this. Okay? So let's do this together. It's unfortunate that Nigeria is going on like this. This is not my wish. It's not your wish. It's just the wish of the few. You know, this satanic set of people. Now he put us away with this. So I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Okay, let me go to give us a mandate again. Whether he phone go, you go fisty talk. We don't call her tired today.
Can you hear me?
And we dey hear you now. You dey talk for back of door, Abi.
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, if you be trying, you are not trying at all. Today you not try at all, honestly.
Now me not try, be like you not try.
You not try. I mean, I was the first on the panel. You went to.
Hey, like you were the first. Now when they call you, no answer.
You know, first call me. You first called the person maybe the first time out, which I appreciate. Then you went ahead and also spent time on callers. But I mean, we can talk that when we reach out. Don't worry. Yeah, I come UK. Don't worry. We'll go see by tomorrow. When I land.
Okay, wait. Give us a mandate. Wait. Before you talk, I beg your friend same I show you this thing. Your friend send message for you. I beg watch this.
Okay.
You see, so no vessel. You see, this man have lots of rosaries in his compound. Dino 1, Dino 2, Dino 3, Dino 4, just like that. So now you know, say our best friend, and give us Amade best friend though. Go ahead, give us Amade.
Thank you very much for showing that, Mr. LB. The question we go out to say before he become politician, what's in the guy did? That's number one. My president, His Excellency Mr. Peter Gregory Obi said, enterprise, wealth without enterprise is just nonsense. We know the antecedents. These are thieves. These are robbers. They stole money. They stole government's money. I mean, him as an example. The very first time he came, I saw him. That I was asking myself, what kind of human being is this? He brought out his wristwatch, maybe pouch or whatever, and he has over 200 wristwatches. So maybe he has 200 hands. I don't know. These are Nigerians. These are Nigerian looters and stealers. Imagine. See how they waka. You see how he was posing. That's an example of a typical Nigerian politician. Now, if you sell one of those Rolls Royce G-Wagons, is enough to put X, maybe like a clinic in his own local government and other local governments in Kogi states. That is what you are suffering today from the hands of a typical politician in Nigeria. And so that is why one of them called yesterday. Mr. Jonathan, thank you very much. I try as much as possible to respond to that uncommon human being that called yesterday, but I mean, it was just unfortunate that I could not get. But I mean, you did a very good job, Mr. Jonathan. I appreciate you. These are the kind of people that kind of man that said he lives in London with 2 wives. He said London is even getting worse. But London is getting worse, and he cannot go back to Nigeria. You see that kind of life. So Nigerians, don't forget, the issue of Emefiele is just to distract your attention, like my elder brother said, Mr. Jonathan Kingsley said. As we speak today, they are looting the treasury of Nigeria. And who is doing it? The criminal drug baron in person of Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his surrogates. Nigerians, pay attention to what I'm saying. And Mr. Elvis, with all due respect, sir,
yes,
that man that usually call, please tell him to come to this panel one day. We are inviting him. Oga,
which one?
Obama, the one I called yesterday, that was talking about me yesterday. Please, we invite him to let him come to this panel. Just come and sit down for 1 hour and we all we can celebrate.
He's saying go beat you. He's saying go beat you. Be careful.
You know, saying that so Arsenal beat Chelsea where. Mr. Evans said, that your TikTok, in fact, that thing, I just they laugh when I hear that thing. He said, Arsenal beat Chelsea. Now, so we'll take beat that man if he come this panel. We'll just do a 1 hour and we'll not see him again. But on a more serious note, Nigerians, this stealing continue. Bagudu, you ask yourself, why did Chief Tinubu brought him in and they are giving him contracts? It is to steal, to loot, and to continue to steal. And like I usually say, no criminal. Now, to now make it worse, no criminal drug baron has ever changed their country. No criminal drug baron. And I said it. Madam Luke Google it. I think about 2 years ago. I said that Madam Luke went on Google to Google it. She could not find anywhere in the history of the world where a criminal, not even crown it, a criminal drug baron changed their country. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not be an exception. Nigeria is in for the trouble. He just said £9. I mean, you even get time with service. They go check what pounds is to naira. You honestly, you get time, my brother. You really have time. No, if you want to really understand, what more do you want that Mr. Jonathan, the analyst on this panel, has not analyzed? And to now say it, he said that it's like pumping drug into somebody's body. With all due respect, sir, before the election, we knew how the man was. But after election, we now saw how he looks like. That is how the economy of Nigeria is going. Today they pump it. After a while, it goes down. Then tomorrow they go and pump it in some steroid. So the economy is looking like the man that sits in power, quote and unquote. So you know, that man will still come call now. They look for me, but that one I just just to make analogy. They lack what it takes, what it means to rule a nation. Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, God will bless you. Do you know, sir, that here in the United States of America, we have mosques in some places. Their children go to their Arabic school, but they also go to the normal school. That is just the analogy that Peter Gregory Obi was making for those in the north. Even though in the southwest, you see people that go to school, we will go to school together. And after we leave school, you ask them in the afternoon, where do you go? They say, I go to Ilekeu. Ilekeu means Arabic school. And that is what Mr. Peter Gregory Obi is just telling you. Instead of you paying attention to Reno or Mokiri, or is it Omokiri or Mokiri? I think it's Omokiri, Abi, or Mokiri. Either one. Well, just decide by yourself, Nigerians. Instead of paying attention to Reno or Mokiri, pay attention to Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. He just told you what it would take to be able to get the people in the north, get them out of illiteracy, get them out of their poverty. As you go, we can have school, and in those schools, both Arabic and mathematics, English, share study, integration, we'll be going together. But will they do it? Maybe yes, maybe no. The issue of borehole, I don't have time for that. I sent you a video, Mr. Elvis, about Reno among his name is he's standing somewhere in my mouth. With all the respect, if you can play that video, maybe Nigerians can see. That is kind of character and element talking about a man that has separated himself from the evil going on in Nigeria. But is it too much to ask for good governance from these people? Is it too much? The issue of Emefiele, whether Emefiele was the one that did or not, I don't have time for that. Have you ever, in the issue of Nigeria, have you seen a place where they prosecute ex-president in Nigeria? Obasanjo commits crime? Ask yourself. Obasanjo commits crime allegedly to respect the channel. Obasanjo steal allegedly to respect the channel. Obasanjo commits crime now, but it's there for water. Good luck, even if you not commit crime. Ask yourself, in wife no steal money, allegedly. No be under the 91 person buy Brazil for 1 point something million US dollars. Ask yourself that question. Now, Buhari, no commit crime. No be Buhari, they tell us say for your own government, over 1.6 million people they buy for Nigeria. Buhari did Daura, they enjoy Friday, they know for Daura. Whether he pay or he no pay me, I don't know about that one, but he did for Daura, they enjoy in Friday, they know. In the issue of Nigeria, there has never been a place where they pursue any ex-president. Donald Trump based for New York now they face court. Nigerians, I go talk them again. There is nowhere in the history of the world where you see criminal drug baron change their country. Sinumbu no go be exception. See what happen for Lagos State. See what happen for Lagos State. All of the government property for Lagos State, Sinumbu Colombian, turn to your own personal property. And you see he go change Nigeria. Hey, make it a play. When you not finish your play, I go ask you, how you enjoy the play. Nigerians, arise and take your country back. You cannot continue this way. You can never continue this way. It's not possible. Now go to Edo State. Mr. Elvis, that story of Obaseki should not surprise you now. You think I just they talk about Aswa Godalo for talking sake? No. Obaseki, don't like them challenge them about the open grazing. He can't tell you say, if me I not succeed, I go bring in technocrat Aswa Godalo, where go succeed because he work for Dangote. He was a chairman in Dangote. He not sit down with the northerners. He go finish your own technocratic brain, say bring in open grazing. So Edo State, shine your eye. And they tell you now, the money we are getting, they borrow you. If you like, make it listen. If you like, make it not listen. I swear, go continue from where about to continue for when they stop. And one of their key agenda, now open grazing. Hey, our market, Edo State. Edo people, our market. Hey, if you like, borrow yourself brain. If you like, not borrow yourself brain. If you like, when the election reach, you go to pray for Aswe Godalo. You go you go dance the dance. You go dance Makaba dance. It happened for Oyo State, where me I come from. That's why Igboho they fight then. When they kill me for inside forest. Now Obasanjo they tell you say whether you like it or not, whether you like it or yes. For Edo State, him go allow open grazing. And if you know if you do it because inside don't they wind down, I swear go carry him, he go do him. Hey, Edo State, our market. And they borrow now money if you like, collect the money if you like, no collect them. Vote for us where you go enjoy 8 years. You go dance Makaba dance. You go dance Makaba dance. People, sir, people, man. It is high time that you and I will change our country. I go quote Honorable Sam again. He tell us on this channel, say, them when they call themselves elite and ruling class, there be few of them. We pass them for number. Hey, make we eat the streets. Take our country back from the hands of these wicked men who call themselves ruling class. That is they intimidating. You come here, content and say, "Una be ruling class." How many of una be the ruling class, ruling power? Hey, that.
All right. Give us a mandate. I guess we lost you there. Let's move on. Let's move on because your network is failing. I appreciate every one of you right there, my people. And I'm gonna go bless you now. I'd like us to take some calls because I can see 2 of you have called in. I want to quickly return 1 or 2 calls. Starting with love of God is my strength. Then Lady Gina as well. So let's quickly do this. Love of God is my strength. If you are there, I'm returning your call quickly. Please speak on time and speak to us. Guys, help us to share and like this broadcast. I appreciate every one of you that have supported me already. Thank you so much. Peggy Modi, God bless you. I really do appreciate this. Martin Benjamin, thank you very much. God bless you too. I appreciate this. Lord God is my strength. You're not picking, so I'm calling Lady Deborah. Lady Deborah, if you're there, pick as well. If not, then I'm moving on to the panel again. Okay, you are not there as well. So if you call in now, you might be calling in the wrong time. Okay, let me go to Black Panther. Black Panther, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. If you're there, if you're available, please speak to us.
Nigerian, God bless you, sir.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day to everyone out there. May God continue to strengthen us because this is a great day in which God has made, and we are glad to be here today. I want to say to everyone that has spoken, you are all patriots. And these are the kind of mindset we want every Nigerian to have, to know what is going on in their country and to know, fashion a way and solutions, because we have a lot of solutions, but we'll come to a center point whereby we shift out the solution and go ahead with the one appropriately for Nigeria. I want to say, may God bless everyone that are, been out here to call in to speak on Nigerian solutions to Nigerian problem. I want to start with the CBN governor. Like I have said here, and I throw a question. Is Nigeria a nation? Let me rephrase it again. Is Nigeria really a sovereign nation? Another question I will ask again. Who does the sovereignty? Who holds the sovereignty of the nation called Nigeria? The CBN governor, he said, is part of the arms of God. The CBN governor, the central bank is part of the economic factor. I'll put it like that way. That sits in the government to fashion out a way where they will structure Nigeria economy and forecast how the economy, the monetary policy will go. Now, who is the CBN governor? Who is a CBN governor? Is someone that sits on that seat in charge of the monetary policies of Nigeria. In charge also, just opposite, in charge, just opposing with the economy of Nigeria. Now, where does it derive its power from? It derives its power from the Constitution. And who do we give the Constitution to? Who do we submit our sovereignty to? The person is called the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And who is in charge? Who gives directive to the central bank? After the central bank might have gone through all their policies and they find it hard to move, who gives directive to them? It is the person we gave our sovereignty to, and that is the president of the country called Nigeria. Now, before the CBN will go ahead with monetary or printing of money, Nigerian currency, the Constitution said he has to take approval from the president, because there is always a time limit, a time frame where the governor, CBN governor, will go back and look at the monetary policy and a time frame for it to change the face of the currency, depending on whether I want to use it against inflation or whether I want to use it to mop up a currency, flowing within the country. Now, it's all called monetary policy. Somebody was seated on that position called the president, and he gave him the go-ahead. And he confessed within the atmosphere, the Nigeria press were there. He confessed that he gave him the go-ahead to print the money. And the question now, why was the incoming president and his colleagues were against the CBN governor? Was that a setup, or was that a plan to separate Buhari from the CBN governor? Or is that a way of moving Nigerian face or mind towards the CBN governor and taking away far from the president? The answer is this. Nigeria, that was why I said, is Nigeria a nation? One, Nigeria is not yet a nation. And two, they all know the secret behind everything. And they all have planned to bring in somebody who is not allegedly, who not allegedly now, who own the dual citizenship of the Guinea and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and whom we don't have a biography about where he comes from, which village he comes from, who is his parent, when did the parent die, who is his brother. We only know that he has a mother which is not his biological mother. So the whole thing about Buhari and Tinubu are question mark. It's a red flag. That is why I said, is Nigeria a nation? Now, under Buhari regime, money was stolen. Nobody was held accounted for it. The Attorney General of the Federation stole more than 100 billion naira. The one that was in charge of the account stole 100 and something billion naira. And because for him not to be prosecuted, the Arewa, who is the driver of the satanic train of the Nigerian state, now gave him a title, a chieftain title, so that if you go ahead to prosecute him, it will not cause a tribal war, ethnic war within the atmosphere of the Nigerian state. So these are all planned. I just want to rephrase everybody's mind that this is all planned. And when Tinubu was coming to power, he told the Nigerians that you shouldn't look at me as an APC person. You should look at me as a PDP person. Now, every Nigerian, this is another way of politicking. And many states are buying that idea that you should look at the man coming. You shouldn't look at the source where he came from, the party where he came from, the ideology in that party. We shouldn't look at it. We should look at that man. This ideology came from who? From Tinubu, and every other state are buying it now. That we don't care where the party the man comes from, but we are looking at the content in the man. But we are not suspicious, and we are not taking to recognition that this man has a political party, and the political party has a plan for the country on how the country or the state shall be ruled. They have their own policies. Now, I want everyone to take that into recognition. I want to move to Peter Obi. Peter Obi is Peter Obi. He has not changed. And a man that has not changed from his position where he stands, then we should all look deeply into it, that this man is standing on the trajectory of truth. The man, why is everybody against Peter Obi? They are against him to distract him from not focusing on where he stands. And I thank God he's focused and rigid and stand firm on what he stood for from the beginning, working towards the end. I want to say Reno Omokri is just a barrel that is empty. That whenever you knock on the barrel, it makes a loud noise, but there's nothing inside it. He looks intelligent, but he's not intelligent. He's more or less a bankrupt barrel that requires something to fill inside of it, and that is called money, the naira. He is broke. So that is what is happening in Nigeria, and I want to go slow so that I will try to as much to make people understand it. But before I go, I will come back again to go on more things. Before I go, I will tell Nigerians, if you are from PDP, APC, those are rotten political party. And anybody emanating from a rotten political party will come with a rotten plan, picturing it as a golden plan for you to buy. My people, don't ever buy the idea of APC and PDP because they are the same. Go and check their constitution. It is the same. The person that wrote the PDP constitution is the same person that wrote PDP constitution. That is why when Tinubu was campaigning, he made a fundamental mistake by merging PDP and APC together because they are birds of the same feather. What are we having now? The presidential candidate of PDP is conniving with APC to formulate a policy for us to adhere to. And this is an aberration. Again, quote and unquote, Nigeria. Is it a nation? Thank you, Mr. Najawa. I'll continue because I have a lot of things that I have to need to explain to the audience.
Okay, my brother. Thank you very much to you. Because we have a couple of people that we need to get to. So, yes, thank you very much for your submission. Black Panther, I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Okay, I would like us to quickly move on right now to move on to the next person on the panel, okay, let's go for F. Emmanuel. Oga F. Emmanuel, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please, I'd like you to talk to us.
My brother, Elvis, I hail you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's good to have you on the show. How is everything, sir?
We thank God, though. We there here, the cool, the chill, the watch, the drama, and the cinematography that is happening in Nigeria. It is well. More grace.
Are you aware that dollar have skyrocketed again?
My brother, yesterday night before I slept, I just take one of my app. I saw it's about 1,002 something already. I say, wow. Okay.
Pounds is 1,006 something now. So I believe dollar is already 1,000 something.
It cannot hold water as long as we are not producing. There's no basis of bringing the currency down. The currency should naturally compete with the other country's currency. If we are producing, then people coming over there to buy our goods and services, they will also exchange their own currency to our own. Then it will boost our own internal currency. It's a simple logic. Exactly. You are not producing anything, and you think that your currency will not just begin to go down, begin to appreciate rather, vis-a-vis other with other currency, which is US dollar. It's not going to happen now. It's no rocket science, my brother. It's not going to happen. So maybe they are doing tingbo. When you do tingbo, you just cook up something and call it window dressing, and they project it to Nigerians. I will say, hey, we clap for them. Hey, they are working. Can't you see the naira is appreciating? On what basis can you place that on anything? Look at it now. If you just within 1 or 2 weeks, see what is happening now. It is well. Make I talk, people, better person talk, Jare. Leave all those PDC people we know whether not APC, whether not PDP. I don't even know which party they belong to. They are just bunch of looters. Let me talk, better person talk, Jare. Mr. P2B is doing greatly well, my brother. In fact, let me just tell you the learning point. This one, I'm taking it on my own self. The learning point for me is you don't need to be in power before you help the downtrodden. Before you put people first, before you help out in your community, you don't need to be in power. That's the learning point for me. It can be anywhere. And you do the same thing that you think that government can do. If you have the wherewithal, you can do it in your community, in your village, anywhere. So you don't need to be in power. That is my learning point for that. Then number 2, living by example, not just empty criticism. Just like, we are criticizing the government, we are calling them out, telling them this, do this or do that, don't do this. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be adjusting this, not just empty criticism, is living it, he's doing it. While you're criticizing on one side, you're also working on the other side. That is creating a balance, which is what he is doing. I love that. Then number 3, it also tells me that Nigerians' problems are very, very simple to solve if handled in piecemeal and systematically. In fact, what Nigerians' problem is today is not something that spirit will solve it. Human being like you and I, just see the analysis, how he analyzes. If pick 200 rich people in the country, and I know we have more than that. We have more than 200 politicians that have been looting our money, both the ones that are out of power and the ones that are still in power. We have more than 200 people. If they can be sincere and hear what he has said, the suggestion he has suggested, and start from one community to another community, just in a year, that same amount that he's suggesting to them is the same amount that they use in buying private jets, or even more. In fact, the amount they use in buying private jets is even more than that. Do you know how much it costs to pack a private jet? Do you know how much they spend when they go on vacation? So all this money they have looted, billions, hundreds of billions. One person, I'm not talking about just one person, is enough to solve the whole thing that Peter Obi had just said. Or one person. We don't even need 200 persons. That's for that. Then this thing also comes down, it goes down, it trickles down to also our pastors, not just the politicians. Our pastors that have these mega churches everywhere, scattered every nook and cranny of the country. Most of them have private jets. I don't know learning, I don't know hearing. When after preaching sermon, the people need water to drink. The people need food to eat. The little that the people have, they have put it in offering. They have put it in tithe. Then they go everywhere, flying to everywhere, buying private jet, building gigantic buildings, but they are not building people. What an irony. They should learn from Peter Obi. If they find it difficult not to learn from Jesus Christ that they preach, because the Jesus that I know, he said God anointed him and he went about, just like Mr. Peter Obi is going about, doing good to all and healing those who are oppressed, who have different kind of sicknesses. And God was with him. So the pastors that are preaching all these words, the Bible, they are not practicing it. Look at someone who's not a pastor. Peter Obi is practicing exactly what Christ is doing. He's going about doing everything good to the people. So those people should also be called out the great men of God, the GOs of this world. Where are they? They should come out and learn from this man. Not just to be putting program upon program, one program for one program, and people are just going in there, trooping in, with hungry people. And the little they have, you still collect from them And at the end, you're adding to the poverty in the land. So please learn from this man and do good. At least do some community service. Render help. I'm not saying some of you are not doing it, but you can do more. Because if you compare with what you do, what you have gotten from this church thing is far bigger than what you're going to do. So please, the pastors, wherever you are in Nigeria, I'm talking to you people now directly, not just the politicians. We're not going to leave the whole problem to politicians, because the church side has also contributed to poverty in the land. Please go and dig hole in all your churches, or whether within all the communities within around. Go and dig well, rather. That's for that. Then another thing is, Nigerian people too are also another problem to our own country, to our own economy. Why am I saying that? I will give an example, like in the issue of Yaya Bello now. EFCC is after you. Boss don't call you. Boss don't give you little respect. Call you, make you come up to talk. Let me break it down now. Yeah, you say, make them come to your village. Really? When you the government has now for your village, the government has there. Where you they lose the money now, the bank where they lose the money now from your village, the money there. Allegedly, I know you have organized youths who are supporting this evil, youths that are supposed to be against evil. They are the ones supporting this criminality. So how do we want our country to be better? How? Mr. Evix, I tire for Nigeria. I tire for people. I tire for our youth. I tire for our government. I tire for our religious leader. I tire for every nook and cranny of our Nigeria. I just tire. I don't even know who to even. This is real jaga. They say Nigeria jaga. Everything scatter. It's not that I'm saying it though. I thought that this guy that was singing that song that time was just mad, but it's playing out now. I rest my case. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Oga F. Manuel, and God bless you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your submission. It's very sad, although this is where we find ourselves. We all are fighting, see how we can get out of this, but we don't know how this is going to happen. But I believe the postmodernism will help us all to make it happen, because this is the first time, you are seeing Nigerians actually expressing and displaying their plight through social media. So I believe this is the time, Nigeria will change. I believe between now to the next 5 years or 10 years, Nigeria will be better again. I believe so. I appreciate you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Let me pick this call. For those of you who don't want to call in now, this is the right time, because I noticed that some people calling in when people are giving submission. Call in now, because I'm picking calls. Thank you, Mr. Ike. Thanks for calling in, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us, Mr. Ike.
My brother.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Please talk to us.
Some time ago, I told you that this economy is a voodoo economy. I was joking. You don't build on nothing. There's no way you continue to subsidize your currency and think that it will rise. No way. It's just a question of time. By the time you know why they stopped? Because people have now realized that they are taking the money from the external reserve, the foreign reserve. That's why they stopped. If not, they would have still been taking it and be subsidizing the dollar until it comes to when they will do the 1 year anniversary of this administration. And they will tell you, oh, he brought it down from 1,900 to 800. And then people will clap for him. But they have seen now that we already now know where the money is coming from that they are using for the subsidy. That's why they stopped. That's why they stopped. So this government should be serious. They should be serious. These are human life put on the line. When we tell people that election is not like Arsenal stroke Chelsea, they thought we are joking. Life is involved. Life is involved. By the time people come out from this renewed shaggy, then they will know that
Your network is breaking, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay. Let me come back to Abdul Malik. I don't know if you want to speak to us now. Are you available right there? Please talk to us.
Yeah, I'm available, Mr. Evans.
Okay. Please talk to us, sir. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. We can hear you. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
can you hear me? Yeah, Mr. Evans, Nigerian, thank you for your handwork. You guys are really doing a great job. I appreciate you all. Let me comment for Mr. Obi. Let me comment on Mr. Peter Obi. How can someone come out and told you, go and verify if you see any corruption against me, I will not contest anymore. Since many months till now, there is nothing you find against this man. Why Nigeria are so stupid and dubious? I don't really understand how that country is going, how they are operating that country. Are they human or they are animals? I'm telling you the truth because I surprise countries that have rule of law. How can somebody that won election at the end of it, they ring the election, they bypass from the judiciary, both the judiciary and the executive government, which is Buhari and Tinubu, they are the plan of those issues. They plan it, understand? It's not only the judiciary. It's not only the Mahmoud Ahmed. It's not only the one that planned that matter. Even Buhari is among of them. But at the end, even the people there in Nigeria, which is the youth, they keep quiet. They don't react. They are waiting for Mr. Obi to pronounce, which is not supposed to pronounce by himself without being told. Seems to be they are the one that volunteer to vote for him. They are the one that are supposed to pronounce by themselves. They don't need to wait for Mr. Peter Obi to pronounce for them to round up the street. You understand? Every day I listen to you. I don't know. Sometimes if I think about that country, I don't know what to say, understand? Because I have some simply there, understand? Because I'm not living there. Because the country is bullshit. I'm telling you the truth. The thing is that if the youth, according to Ahmed Baba, that's Ahmed Baba, he told you guys everything. The time when the youth realize to take that country back, when that time comes, they will take it back. Because I see no reason why those people that they are criminals there, they are looting the country dry. How many are they? Almost 200. Nigeria now, according to the United Nations data, Nigeria now is almost 220-something million people now, currently. How many are they? They are not up to 5 million. Why are they scaring? It's not by peaceful protest, the way they do in Western world. Nobody will kill you. Nobody will, sorry to use that word. Nobody will buy you, understand? It's a free race. It's a democracy according to, we are in democracy, but Nigeria, I know we are not practicing democracy. According to what happened that Peter Obi, that judiciary, that court matter, that country, no. Because I don't really know. Sometimes I just short of words. I don't know what to say. Because I don't know why they are doing such things. Imagine just now, Emefiele now. Emefiele is not the one that there is somebody ahead of him, which is a Buhari. Without Emefiele do anything, Buhari must instruct him. He cannot do without Buhari. But why are they punishing only him? Why? Why are they punishing only him? He cannot do without Buhari. Buhari must instruct him before he do anything. And before he do anything, he must consult Buhari. He cannot just do on himself. But why are they polishing only him? People there, they are quiet. There's nobody say anything. It just be like autonomous government. That is not them. They are not practicing democracy. That is not democracy. I'm telling you the truth. The only thing is that when the youth are ready to take their country back, nobody will tell them. The hungry there is not yet enough. Because when the hungry is enough, they will take their country back. That is what I see there. Look at now, dollar was appreciated, but now it depreciates again. Even though when he was appreciating, you guys are praising him. If they don't do anything, because the net dollar, the regime of Buhari, dollar was 700 to 800 naira. But now, even when it was appreciated, it's not even up to 900. But why are you praising him? Understand? Those guys, they don't have anything to offer in that government. They are propaganda. They are just propaganda government. Understand? Every day he appoints new appointment. Appoint. There is nothing to show. Look at this new. What do they call it? New line they are doing from Lagos to Calabar. Why are they approving that? All the road in the federal government road, they are not working well. Just like my town, from Mauchi from Mauchi to Ekpoma to Benin that way, the road is not working. Everywhere is scatter. The one that they did already, they cannot maintain it. They are approving another one. Just the way to steal money. The thing is that the only thing I see there is that there is no rule of law. And why this rule of law will be working there is that the youth must rise up. Even though it's not revolution, but they must rise up. It's not 1 day, it's not 2 days. They must rise up continuously. When they continue like months, 3 weeks, months. Now, if the government don't want to hear, now international body, United Nations, UNHCR, they will involve. They will not ask what is the problem. Because everybody know now Nigeria is not working, but people there, they are quiet. They don't do anything. Understand? But you guys are trying because you are doing the right job on air. But the groundwork now is the groundwork. The people on the ground, they need to finish everything. It's not only the air. You guys are really doing the right job, understand? But the ground job, the people on the ground, they need to finish up. Without that, there is not, you cannot work. But they don't do anything. Imagine Nigeria, but even me, I will not blame them somehow, but somehow blame them because when I was there, like 2001, because I left there 2009. But when I was there then, I know internet was not too rapid like this, but I don't even know something like this, really, but I don't know. That's why sometimes I don't blame them. But now I believe some of them are used to, they have access to internet than that time. You understand? But I don't even know. I'm telling you, I don't know what to say sometimes. Every day I listen to you guys. You guys are really doing the right job. But there's one problem you guys have is that even me, sometimes I don't like it. If you guys are like arguing, you understand? It's just like childish because one is still like one supposed to listen to each other, but 2 people, 3 people are talking at the same time. Sometimes it's not good, understand? But sometimes I know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for your.
Thank you, Abdul Malik. God bless you, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Yes, I understand your review. Or rather your feedback. The truth of the matter is we call it panel. Sometimes it happens like that. We cannot take that out of this panel. Once in a while it happens where everybody needs to talk at the same time. But yeah, that's why it's the panel. Depend on we call it heated session. Depend on the conversation, or rather the topic that we have on that particular day. But it's good that you give us a feedback on that. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all, my people. Everybody have given their submission on the panel. Because I will move on, I would like to remind you guys that we have Edo State governorship candidate coming to the panel on Sunday, 7 p.m. So he have confirmed that. He just called me about a few minutes ago. 7 p.m. will be joining us, but I'll reveal the name tomorrow on Friday for you guys to know who is coming. But you should already be able to digest that by yourself. We have three horse race, as I normally call it. One have been here, Dr. Aswan Godaro. So remaining just two, Mode Okbeoro from the APC, while Barrister Olumide Osagbovo Akbata from the Labour Party. So one of the remaining two, one of them will be joining us on Sunday, 7 p.m. So we're going to be having a wonderful session on that day. So, but tomorrow you will know who is coming in, or maybe Friday. Depend on my on how I feel tomorrow. I might just reveal the name, but latest Friday I'll reveal the name. I appreciate every one of you, my people. And God, I will bless you now. Thank you so much. And the third one as well, I've not responded, but somebody else have responded saying that yes, we should be patient that he will respond to us by himself. So we might likely be having the remaining two between this Sunday and before next week runs out. Let's see how it go. Let's see how it go. Fingers crossed. But let me pick this call quickly. Thank you very much, Mr. Shimize, for calling back again. I'll give you only 2 minutes.
Thank you for picking my call.
Thank you, sir. Talk to us. 2 minutes.
I just want to chip something, Nigeria, sometimes when you look at Nigeria, when you say Nigeria, there are no protesting. You ask, do you hear me?
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, you say Nigeria, there are no protesting. But Nigeria never asks questions. Nigeria is problem of themselves. They never ask a questions. They never ask why during regime of Buhari, why so-called presidency? Why they never come out and say, Mr. President? But if you look at the media then, you will say from presidency. So Nigeria never ask questions. So if Nigeria don't ask questions then, you feel like this youth of nowadays will come out on the street, protest for the hardship or for what's going on, the bad thing that happening in Nigeria. So for me, okay, do you know who was giving order then before he died?
Okay, you have 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Abakari is the one who was presiding as president before the COVID-19 came up and deal with him. So if you look at all those scenarios, what was going on then, you ask yourself questions. You will say,
okay, thank you.
Please, in this Dagaban, we say, I will talk. All of them, look at so many of them.
Okay.
They have hidden something. But Nigerians don't want to know. And it's very bad. Thank you, Niger Watch.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Lady Deborah, I'm calling you back for the second time because I see you have been calling after I called you earlier on. So I'm calling you back again. I just hope you pick. Okay, you declined it. Unfortunately, we might not pick your call today because you called in the wrong time. Let me go to the panel. Guys, let's have our final submission right now. Okay, now you are calling. Thank you very much, madam. You know, I don't know. You'll be calling, and I'm calling. You're not picking. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
I do apologize. I've been trying to call. I've not been able to call it for some time. But yeah, good
Thank
evening
you.
everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Elvis. Good evening.
We lost you.
Contribution to the broadcast. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you are good. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hello?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick one. First, I want to start with the issue of Edo State because that one is very important to me. So, regarding what Governor Baseki is trying to do, I still believe that he's still looking for an avenue to please the Fulani Caliphate because he couldn't succeed the first time. And the way he reacted during that period when this grazing issue was a problem just shows that Governor Baseki is just a bit complicit when it comes to that issue. And he's just looking for another avenue to give out land to the Fulani people. I really, really hope that the Edo people will not allow even buying land or anything. So if they decide to buy an entire town, or he knows that the Fulani people have money and they have all that it takes. So if they decide to buy an entire community or buy an entire land in Edo State, he will now give the land to them. Is that what he's trying to say? It really doesn't make sense, and I really hope that the Edo people will rise up and not allow this infiltration. I think it was your program last week or so when you talked about them trying to install a circuit Hausa in Benin, in Edo State.
Yeah.
Circuit means king. So they are trying to install a king because that's the meaning of circuit. Circuit in Hausa means king. So they are trying to install another king in another man's state. Would they allow that to happen in their own state in the north? There's no way they will allow in their own northern state to install another tribe king in their own state. This is really becoming ridiculous. The most annoying part of the whole thing is that these are politicians in the south are so compromised to the extent that they are ready to sell their people just for money. It's really a shameful thing.
Thank you.
This is really beginning to make me reflect back to the time of slavery. This is exactly what happened, how they were selling their own people for money. And it's indirectly what is going on today. All our leaders in the South are so compromised that they are willing to just accept money and just give up their land and their own people for foreigners to come and just take over. I really hope that the Edo State people will rise up. More of our people in the South should understand that these politicians don't care about anybody. Once they give them money, they are ready to sell everyone and allow the Fulani people to take over.
Thank you.
Lastly, let's just talk about the former central bank governor. It's already evident that Nigerian justice system is an unfair system. So throughout the entire government of Buhari, it's only Emefiele that is from the south that they are running after. All the other corrupt politicians, even Buhari himself, they are not even talking about him. It's really a shame, but it's good for our southern people since they choose to be foolish and not stand up for their own people, and they allow the northerners to use them, and they are getting the outcome. So thank you so much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you,
all
ma'am.
I wanted to contribute.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for
God
your
bless
good
you.
work.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Thanks for your time with us. Let's move on to have our final submission so we can end the show. But meanwhile, let me appreciate Madam Obi Ashoko. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate this. May God bless you. May pocket never run dry. Thank you, ma. Thank you very much. Let me take another call quickly. Good evening to you. Your name and where you calling us from?
Good evening. Mr. Nigerian, this is Osai from Liverpool.
Okay, thank you, Madam Osai. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Yeah, the part I really want to address in your broadcast this evening is the fact that Obaseki said if Fulani herdsmen buy a land, they will be able to do their grazing business.
Yes.
Benin. There is no land available. We are not selling. No, there is no land.
Okay.
Because the intention, whatever behind that idea, their conquer mindset. No, we can't deal with that. Enough. They can have their business elsewhere. The only way we will support that, it will be our people doing the crazy business. Okay, remember these people, their mindset is to conquer, and it's not good. It doesn't sit well with me personally. We don't have a land to sell. Benin is not big enough. Edo is not big enough. So there is no land available. We can't sell. Because the moment any of our people sell a land to these people, that is the end. That means that community, they can do anything they want in that community.
Exactly.
So enough is enough. We have suffered enough in the hands of Nigeria. We can't carry on like this. They need to back off. There is nothing wrong with them bringing their cow to sell and go back. If you look at the way they are even running the business, how can a cow be walking on a street? What world are we living? There is no way we can accept that. If they want to buy a land, we don't have a land to sell, because any inch of that piece of land you will give to these people is going to be our worst nightmare in that Benin kingdom. So it's better for us to avoid it right now. We can buy from them. They can come and go. That's it. If our own people want to run that business, which is a sign of creating a job, that's fine. That means a Benima or a Doma will have a ranching where they can create, where they can manufacture cheese and milk and powder milk and stuff like that. We will take care of that ourselves. But for these people to be in charge of maybe some certain area and create a ranch, no, that do not sit well with me tonight. No, I'm not going to settle for that. I will not be part of that business. We don't want it. Because if you give them 1 acre of land, these people are going to buy more. Before we realize, then we start colonizing us again. I'm tired of colonization.
Thank you.
Then we install their emir, then we install their chief or whatever in that community, then we are done. No. I don't want to be part of it. I'm not going to support that. That is a no. Dead on arrival. So yeah, that's what I want to say.
Thank you, Madam Sai. Thank you so much. God bless you, man.
Thank you so much for everything you are doing.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
All right. My people, I appreciate every one of you. Obaseki is indicating that if this Fulani Esme or Fulani people buy land, it will give them the opportunity for them to do their grazing in Edo State. What can you digest from that? All right. Let's move on. We stopped it before. I hope all Edo people stand up this time to stop it again. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Now, God bless you now. Let me call on the first person on the panel today. Okay, give us a mandate is not with us. Let me just go to, okay, let me take this call quickly. Thank you very much, Mother Tami, for calling in. Good evening to you, man. Please talk to us. Thank you, man.
God bless you for all you do.
Amen.
Good evening, Mommy Diaspora, and all the panelists. I beg, I'm just joining. I just hear the thing you said about the Fulani, Obaseki saying that if they want to buy land, they go beg of Obaseki, make him carry in Papa land, give them now. I beg a don't make on no grill. They never buy land. Waiting then they do everywhere. If they come buy land, now just a way to lure in and say now then get Nigeria. Make them dey their place, make we dey our place. I beg, Edo, make on open eye. The whole Nigeria make on open eye. I beg. Now waiting me I get to talk. I don't get much to talk. Make Edo like no grill. Or Basaki for few months when go come out. Now you want to do more ashiri way in the deuces. Then carry your own land, give them. I beg make them no green. God bless you for what you did do. I beg. God
Thank you,
bless you all of honor.
Thank you very
Good
much,
night.
man. God bless you, man. Good night.
Okay.
All right. Yes, in a normal way, we should reject it, forbid it, not to happen in Edo State. But what do I know? I appreciate you all, my people. Let's have our final submission. We're already about 3 hours here. I'll come to Madam Albi Achoko. Thank you very much, Mark, for your time with us. And thanks for the support once again. Please give us your final submission, 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
In fact, I can only use 1 minute. I had my name, so I rushed out.
Okay, that's fine.
I just wanted to support my sister. What she said about Edo State. You know, we shouldn't even try it at all. I don't want to say Edo people because I'm also part of Edo. Even though I've not seen you face to face, you're my brother. So what concerns you concerns me. So we shouldn't even listen to that. Obaseki should not do that. Is he trying to do so that they can vote for him and his own person or what? I don't understand it. Or if he has his own father's land, he should go and give it to them. Why are they trying to enslave the whole Nigeria for one particular people? That's wrong. With everything they've been doing, that's wrong. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I just can't breathe. I can't breathe. This is too much. Please, Niger Watch, maybe let's use this platform. You are doing what you are doing. You are doing good. Let's continue. Let's tell the people that no, there should be no. Obaseki cannot defeat the whole of Edo people. No, it is wrong. That's just all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You said what, man?
No, I said thank you very much. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. God bless you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. All right. My people, it's crazy. But before that, somebody just commented, which I put on the screen, saying that how do you stop stop someone from buying land in Nigeria? That's a big question, though. For me, that's a big question. Maybe one of you might be able to answer that. How do you stop someone from buying land in Nigeria? I would have liked to rephrase that comment by saying, how do you stop a Nigerian from buying land in Nigeria? Yeah, how? I don't know. Mr. Alex, thanks for calling in. Good evening to you, my brother. Please talk to us.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Nigerian.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for what you're doing. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Very clear. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, sir. I greet my panelists and those who are watching across the globe. Thank you. I'm very passionate about those states. I know what you did, stopping Obaseki from giving Edo land to Uruga in 2021, 2022. I know what you did. Arable land, 20% of all land in local government, in all local government were to be given. You and civil rights organization stop that thing overnight. Marcus Onobo received the protesters that you also organized that protest. You and your crew and everybody on this platform. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Obaseki is saying this now because elections are coming in those states. There was Obaseki Fulani's be raping and kidnapping people in those states during the Buhari administration. Give me one video where Obaseki addressed this matter. I will give that person $100 through Nigeria Watch platform. He did not address it. People were murdered, people were kidnapped, people's lands were taken, villages were. But you sent cameramen who also risked their life to go into some of these villages and interview people who were victims. People who were victims, who were paying royalties, homage, money to Fulani Esme every Fulani Esme became a way of villages. The guy kept quiet because he has already made agreement allegedly with Buhari government for Ruga. 26 billion allegedly were paid. Actually. Philip Shaibu and Obaseki took that money and watched every people lament and suffer. Because he's leaving now and we are addressing it because PDP knows that they failed. Elections are coming. He wants to find a way to address that matter directly or indirectly. And I'm sure those are going to resist him again and again and again. So Nigeria was, for me, Obaseki for me failed in that area. He betrayed us. He sold out. People's lives were lost. Amnesty International said in Edo State alone, 140,000 lives were lost during the administration. Across the country, it was 1,065,000. And Elijah Mohammed said 65,000. But a breakdown of that figure, Edo State lost 170,000 or so. Across the whole Edo State, local government, in different villages. So is this the kind of person that would recommend another person to you? So those are going to fight for themselves this time. I know what you did. I know that God in heaven saw what you did. God saw what you and your crew, what they did. It's also a shame that we have the governor who is one of us. When other governors were fighting back, governor of Benue State, governor of Ondo State, governor of Rivers State, all of them were fighting. Our governor was quiet. He never condemned it. He was quiet. Part of the agreement. I've never seen where a son of the land will be happy that his own parents, his family have been killed and beaten and kidnapped and being raped. Children, young girls who have been kidnapped. 3 days later, they will come out looking haggard because over and over allegedly they were raped by these 30 men. And Nigeria was a lady called you from Canada, crying that she would never have stepped foot in Nigeria again because her grandmother was raped and killed. In Edo State.
Of course.
And the governor heard it. And the governor heard it. Shaibu heard it then. The former deputy governor. They all kept quiet. Osarawogi heard it. All of them heard it. PDP heard it. They just said Obaseki PDP side. They Obaseki side of the PDP. They all heard it because PDP has two factions at the time. They all heard it. They kept quiet because of the money coming from Abuja, coming from the north. The north are not our problem. They are Nigerian problem. But in Edo State, we are our problems. We bring people who didn't grow in Edo State. We make them governors. Tomorrow we start crying. People who don't know anything. We use his father is rich, his mother is this, he has done this, he has done that. We don't know. Is this person one of us? How many years ago did he live in Edo State? Where is his house? We don't care about that one. We think about CV. He has done. He is the chairman of this. We need a son of the land to be a governor. We need it. So, political party in Edo State, they should let to bring the money they sell form to people down, so that people who are passionate, people who can deliver, can buy the form. Not everybody who have ideas can buy form for 50 million, 25 million, 10 million. All these things are where the region will start from. People are denying. People who have assets. People who have knowledge. People who are patriotic. People who are historical. People who worship, their own land, who can defend the land in Abuja with those who believe in taking people's lives. When you put people, away and you put money forward, is what you get. You get people who can sell you anytime. There are children that sell their parents' house because they don't know the value of building a house. They don't know the value of building a house. They never bought a land by themselves. So, and I want to thank you. I want to say, pack your bags and go. Your tenure is coming to an end. And be ready to face other people. Be ready to face history. And be ready to face EFCC, whether they are corrupt or not. Be ready to face the history of what Iyabelo is facing. Thank you, Nigeria.
Thank you, my
we
brother.
ask you, the lives of those you sold with Ruga, with Buhari, those who lost their lives, God will ask you. Thank you.
God bless you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. For me, I would like to quickly say this. Why would Obaseki want to resume this, grazing land, whatever, at this particular time when you have 3 months or 4 months to...
Niger Wash.
Yes, sir.
Do you know why?
Why?
There is a pile. Okay. There is a pile up of case of corruption against him now. pile
Oh,
up of case of corruption against him.
Thank you for saying that.
Oh, okay.
You
Maybe
open
he
my
wants
mouth.
to do that to escape, right?
That's it now. That's it now. That's
Okay,
it.
let me take this call. Madam Origi, thanks for calling back again. Good evening to you, man. Please talk to us
Hello,
quickly.
Mr. Joe. God bless you. You see, go and write this and mark this. Obaseki is going to send his surrogates. You know, they have Taiwan, Tai2. Maybe the Taiwan will come out and begin to tell Edo people that you see, no, he didn't mean he's not supporting open grazing. He's saying he's banning open grazing. That people buy land so that they will put them together. All na lie. You see, I have said it, I have screamed it. Please, how can we dismantle this thing so that we can save lives? You see, September 14, 2023. There was a broadcast, I think it was in TVC channels, where Tinubu, Ganduje, and the National Committee of Livestock Reform. In fact, as we are speaking, as at that, can you imagine 2023 September? They have already created a Ministry of Livestock plus subsequent agencies that they have agreed to raise funds to purchase land in 36 states across the country for Ruga. So my question is, where is this Ruga people? Is there not enough land in the north? What is the agenda? Now, let me remind us, March, when that Onopasa came, when there was a problem in Okwama. If you go back to that, his submission was, he was saying, why are we dragging land when people are dragging land? Because as you see, they're going to start causing some small problem in communities. They say they are dragging land. They now take the land and say the government will buy the land and use it for grazing. And in quotes, they will say it's because they don't want people to be grazing outside. My question again is, not with arid land and all vast land, why are they not trying to concentrate this thing in? So the agenda remains the same thing, the same problem, where they want to Islamize the country. Please, can someone help you? As who they raise the motion, divide Nigeria so we can save life, so we can breathe, so we can have economic progress, so we can have peace in our land, so that everybody can breathe. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch.
Thank you,
God
ma'am.
bless you again and again.
Thank you very much, man. God bless you too. Thank you. Okay, that's our last call for tonight. I appreciate every one of you for your time with us this evening. Okay, let's have our final submission quickly so that we can round up right now. I'd like to call on the next person. Give us a mandate. If you can hear me, please give us a final submission. 5 minutes.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you very much. Your final submission.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for all that you do, and thank you. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. Mrs. Elvis, in case you didn't hear me this night, I beg. Now only one big night, yes, for this evening. Help me prepare better dinner for Mr. Elvis Edigyan. May he come, if you come do and well, help me massage him back. I beg. Thank you very much.
Okay, your ministry, no 1 minute to
make it remain 0 minutes. If now that one I talk, I don't talk and well. I know say our women will support me. In fact, Madam Origin will clap for me. Now, come go to the cross of the matter, right? Our mothers, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Our mothers are calling and saying, Obaseki, you know if you do this thing. Hey, Mama, Obaseki go do am and he go do am again. Make I tell them again, Obaseki he go do am, and he go do am all over again to save land for the Daura people, the Fulanis. No be some weeks ago now we hear say this the current president in quotes, the current man wey sit down for Aso Rock, tell the old governor of the statistics say make dem give am land. If dem give am land, him go end insecurity. Now don't forget where that matter ends today. We don't know. Maybe the part of Obaseki's own where Tinubu go take end insecurity for Edo State. Now Obaseki won't do so. The only way we Obaseki no go fit do what he say won't do now to stop Asue Igodalo from becoming the next governor of Edo State. Can you see me, sir? Can you see me, Mr.
Yeah, continue, Oga.
So the only way to stop what Obaseki said today or whenever he said it is to stop Asue Igodalo from becoming the next governor of Edo State. I don't hate him as a human being. I'm not against his ambition and his goal. I am only against the wickedness against Edo State people. If you like, make you say, give us our money, don't start again. You know, say my own. Now I go talk. When them go home, me say, ban her from this station. If you like, you ban me. If you like, you ban me. At least this one, I don't talk up. The only way to stop Seriki and Emir in Edo State is to stop Asue Igodalo. Because why I talk so, we say, Obaseki tell you say, he go give una Asue, and Asue can't tell you say, now where Obaseki take stop, now he go take start. Hey, what's he calling it again now? What's you need? Ododo for Kogi State tell you say, Yaya Bello na saint, he knows no money miss for Kogi State cover. But EFCC, they find Yaya Bello through a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God as the chairman of EFCC. Hey, the Bible said 2 gave 4. Same paradise, comparise. Olukayo, the last time I checked, you are a pastor and redeemed, and they are using you as the bulldog against politicians. Even though I don't support the politicians, Olukayo, you said I should come and meet you in your office. Hey, that's good. But are you also not part of them? Olukayo, the chairman of EFCC. So Edo people, if you like, take what I tell you this evening. If you like, no take them. Now you sabi. Obaseki say you don't get regard for our own Oba. At least even though a politician, even though you carry fire for head, you go still respect your Oba now. The Oni of Ife, even though Akpabio is a criminal, he still went to go and pay homage to the Oni of Ife, even though the Oni is not the person ruling in his own jurisdiction. Obaseki disrespect the palace. On what ground does he even have to come and tell you that whether you like it or yes, if the Fulanis, if they buy land, they can graze openly. Edo people, I beg you now, make we not let these people go further. Stop Asue Igodalo, you will stop all of this nonsense. That is my advice for you. You say that Obaseki go and give them your father's land. Hey, Obaseki will give them, he will give them his father's land, and he will also give them your own join them. The only way is to stop Asue Igodalo from becoming the next governor of Edo State. And the shenanigans they are doing with Yabelo and then Emefiele is to distract your attention. The money they gave out is to pay those that help them in the election, and they will still pay more. Now here I go leave the matter. My humble go back here, I leave there without logo apacha. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you. That's what Alex now. And God bless you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, my people. I appreciate you all. Okay. Mr. F.A., thanks for calling in. Good evening to you, Mr. F.A. Yeah, you have only 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm not supposed to speak call anymore. Talk to us.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, may I first pray for you? Thank you. May God bless you for what you have been doing. And
Thank you.
the good panelists, I greet everybody. I want to tell give us our money. I'm not a fan of Obaseki. You understand? But one thing you need to know is to give us our money. After Iwudao, he have never ruled and he have never come to any office in Edo State once. So you cannot judge because of Obaseki mess up in Edo State. Because of that one, after Iwudao, we disappoint Edo people. You have to be very sincere for what you are talking about Aswe Iwudao. Aswe Iwudao is just a normal person like Obi. Like Obi before, Obi is a PDP man, but he came to Labour Party. We all we support Obi because of his doings. So you cannot be talking about Aswe. You are not from that state. Aswe promised Edo people that he will not disappoint us. I don't know what you are talking about. Please, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Nagawa.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Let me come to the next person. Mr. Jonathan. Sir, please, your 5 minutes starts now. Talk to us, sir. Final submission.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to everyone. Once again, in as much as I really don't want to talk about those states, but this subject now, I know you brought it out, Obaseki saying that anybody who wants to buy land, they can buy land for open for grazing their cattle in Edo State. See, I only have a few minutes, and I only use this few minutes just to talk. I will just use my political sense. It's my political sense, Nigeria, as far as Nigerian landscape is concerned. I will speak for the next 2-3 minutes. It is not, I just want to use my political sense of the knowledge that I have, with respect to Nigerian political space. See, what Obaseki with respect to this open grazing, first of all, I don't see any political advantage at this point in time, at this moment. There is no one single political advantage for his party, the PDP, number one. There is no political advantage for his candidate, Aswell Igodalo, people that are supporting Aswell. Please listen to this carefully. There is no one single political advantage if this is true. No advantage to PDP, no advantage to Aswell. So it leaves us with what? There's only one person that will benefit, that will have benefit from this whole thing, and that is Obaseki, Governor Obaseki. He has less than 4 or 5 months to go. So why this? So the advantage is going to dent his party, is going to dent and take votes from his candidate. So that's why going forward, I want to believe that it's not going to happen. Politically, he would dare not to do it. And the question that, how do you stop someone from buying land in Nigeria? Yes, you can stop someone from buying land in Nigeria through the instrumentality of the law. Simple. You stop someone from buying property in Nigeria through the instrumentality of the law. A case study, Lagos. Landmark. Tourist. We know what is going on there right now. All it takes is one law. If you like, give all the land. Through the instrumentality of the law, that could be stopped. And also, there is no way, please let's get this, there is no way Obaseki can go ahead and do this without conniving with the Edo State Assembly, the lawmakers. It's not going to happen. So we need to have that knowledge, that understanding, that basic understanding. Obaseki cannot wake up tomorrow and say, okay, come and buy land. And then I will issue you certificate of occupancy, C of O, in Edo State. And then, no.
Mr. Jonathan, sir, can I interject you, sir?
Yes.
Okay, the Edo State House of Assembly, in whose pocket are they?
I know now. I know that they are in. I
When
know
we
that
speak
they are.
here, when we talk here, people like Mr. Efe, they will say, don't talk about
I know that they are in.
I'm just giving my money, my brother. If you like,
See,
if you like,
they are in
don't
his
even talk about
pocket.
house fair. Don't go carry for your head, my brother. Where is that, Mr.
The thing is that
Jonathan?
they are in,
Where?
I know that the lawmakers are in his pocket, but the point is that he's going to commit this crime. I want to call it crime against the Edo people, against the state of Edo. He's going to commit this crime alongside members of the Edo State Assembly. It's not going to be him alone. They will commit this crime together. There will be co-members of this crime because they have to draft a law and they have to do it fast. So the question is, how soon do they want to craft this rubbish in a matter of 4? I know they can do it in Nigeria, but that will even say it all. That will speak clear and loud to everybody to see that they are committing crime because they have to be, partners in crime to do this in order for him to now say, okay, come and buy land, I'll give you the land in Edo State. So that is the only way this could happen. He has to go through them. They have to sit down together and craft this crime, premeditated, and pass a law that will allow Fulanis to effectively give them land in Edo State for grazing. That's the only way. And the other thing is that as a politician, what development will this bring to the people of Edo State or to Edo State? What development? What kind of, because if you want to do something, you have to sit down and argue it. Everybody will have to discuss. You will bring your own side. The other person will bring his own side. So let Mr. Obaseki come out and say, okay, these are the advantages that this will bring to Edo State. What's the economic and political advantage to Edo State in this matter, in this subject, on this very subject? You can't just say you want to do it. The lawmakers also have to come out and say, if we do this, this is what is in need for Edo State. Edo will get this economically. Edo will get, let them come and argue it. So because of all this, finally, because of all this, my political sense now tells me, having said all of this, my political sense now tells me that the only reason Obaseki is doing this is to cover himself. Obaseki is leaving office, is going to be similar to Yaya Bello, and is covering himself up. That's what he's doing right now. These are the people from northern Nigeria that he would need them to shield him, to protect him at the expense of the people of Edo State. This generation of Edo State citizens and the unborn generation wants to sell them out for his own one person, one man want to sell the generation and the generation unborn to protect himself from his looting. So that is the only way I can look at all this. That's the only sense you can drive from it. There's nothing else. And he has to do it in connivance with some 10 or 11 individuals to get this happen. But again, that law will not even hold water. So there is no advantage for his party. There's no advantage for Asueli Godalo. Asueli Godalo is now in the waters if this should happen at all, because this is another question he has to answer, and he has to answer it emphatically. I do not support it. He can't romance around it. He has to be clear. I do not support. All the candidates must answer this openly, even without anybody asking them. Once they introduce themselves and they are giving their introduction, they should answer that question before they ask. I don't support open grazing as a candidate, and if elected, it's not going to happen under my watch. Mr. Elvis, I believe that is it for me. I want to thank you, and I want to thank everyone, all the panelists. Thanks. Hello.
Mr. Elvis is not there.
Yeah, I think Mr. Elvis is not It's not here for now. So, but anyways, for me, as I said, Mr. Black Panther, you hit the nail on the head. That is the reason. You know, the other thing there is that, you know, the same thing that happened in Kogi State. You know, Yaya Bello had problem with his former deputy.
Yes, now.
They can't see each other today. And you know, most of the crimes that he committed, Obaseki committed, he committed it with the full knowledge of his former deputy. They are piling it up now. His own will not be 2 Ghana must go. Maybe it's going to be 5 or 6 Ghana must go that they will pack. And thank you very much. Mr. Elvis, you're back.
All right. Thank you. Yes, sir, I'm here. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. And God bless you. Appreciate you. Black Panther, please give us your final submission, 5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Elvis. And all our protocol observed. Let me just start on that Obaseki issue. You see, the Edo-lite, the position of a governor, it is an institution. It is not a person. It is an institution. If we fail as a person that owns the sovereignty of a state, and we continue to divert our attention saying that, oh, it is not PDP, it is the personality, then Mr. Agbado is as good to be there. Because that is the trajectory in which he maneuvered and sell to Nigerians and espouse all those Goliath children that he was using. They saw the same thing. That they should look at him. They shouldn't look at APC. They should look at the person. Yoruba man, it is their turn. That is what they sold. Now, what we are hearing, people are saying, oh, it is not this, it's not that. Look, my people, those of you that think that governance is like a twistic. Oh, the man will come there and do magic. While he has not broken it down the way it's supposed to be broken down. He has not done it. Look at P.O. said one thing. He said the way you get into governance matters a lot. You must be credible. You must be free of corruption. You must be free of a lot of baggages. Nigeria should shine their eye. I will not forgive you people. If PDP come back and we remain the same trajectory, I will not forgive any of you, because many of you have not learned the lesson. Many of you don't know how governance is. Many of you don't know the baggages in PDP. Many don't know that PDP is an institution of its own, and it has students that are trained in that institution. And anybody that wants to be under the PDP, he will be trained under that institution.
Hello, Black Panther.
All right, Black Panther, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I guess you have a network issue there. You said what? Yes, sir.
I was going to ask Black Panther.
But you can't ask a question. You have a network issue now.
Okay. I mean, it's not enough for him to just say PDP, including APC. They are PG, APC. Do not allow any of them to come into office. And I'll keep saying it. For those states, please shine your eye.
Thank you. Mr. F. Emmanuel, thank you very much, sir, for your patience with us. Please give us your final submission, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Elvis, thank you again for the opportunity to speak finally.
Thank you, sir.
What else am I going to say? First of all, than to say, keep up the good work, first of all. I liken this channel to be the CNN of Africa, and which by God's grace is going to be. It's just a matter of time.
Amen.
Yeah, and for the people, the only thing I can say to you guys, please, not all that glitter is gold. Shine your eye. The land of Edo is yours. That is your motherland. Don't allow any stranger or any prodigal son to bring stranger into your land. Please watch over your land. Government come and go. Your land will remain. Please, the Edorians, the Edolites, or how do they call it? The Edo people. You guys are my in-law, so you guys are very, very part of me. So please shine your eye. Also, Igudaro, Olumuyido Akpata, the other guy, all of them, they will come and go. They will remain. Please take care of your land, your children, and your unborn children to have a place to be. If you leave it like that, I guarantee you the Fulanis will take over. Then you will not be there anymore to fight for your unborn children. Okay? A stitch in time, they say, saves 9. Please do it now. And as you do that, God will bless you. Mr. Evix, my colleagues in the panel, they've spoken a lot. They've said a lot of things that I needed to say. So it will make sense. I repeat what they have already said. So for you, keep up the good work. God bless you. We'll talk again tomorrow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Oga F. Manuel, and God bless you, sir. I appreciate you. It's good to have your voice on the show today. Thank you. Thank you. The last person on the panel is Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik, please give us your final submission, sir, if you're there.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Nigerian, for the privilege you given to me to speak.
Yes, sir. Thank
I
you.
want to comment for the Edo State government for land to Fulani name. There is nothing wrong for buying land in any part of Nigeria, but the problem is that what are they going to do with the land? See what the Fulani are doing in any part of the Nigeria, terrorizing, raping, killing, and killing the indigenous people of the place. My submission is that they should not allow them to buy land in any part in Edo State, any part of Edo State, because they are not going to use that land for the grazing. They are going to use it for something else. Understand? They should not allow them to buy land. Edo State, they should not allow them to buy any land because they are not going to use it for grazing anything. They are using it for another thing else. That is just it. The only thing I want to tell Nigeria government is that there is 3 major amenities that develop country in economy, which is 1, 3 social major amenities. 1, good light. 2, road and water. Why Nigeria government they cannot fix those things so that foreign investors will come to Nigeria and invest so that the economy will boom. Look at how Europe developed. If you look at most of the countries in Europe, they are not wealthy like Nigeria. But look at the way they live life large because they have good government. They manage their resources very well. But our government, how can one person with 3 billions past president, imagine Babangida, all those Babangida, Abacha, Obasanjo, but the person is still there, parabolating. There is no law that binds him. It's unfair. We need to stand, everybody needs to stand up and do something needful for the country because if it continue like this, even your generation, even though you are not there, even though you are in America, you are in Europe, or you are not from Europe, you are not from America, you are from Nigeria. One day, you must go to Nigeria. Look at the way they are doing in Europe, in the Western world. Even though you have their passport, you will know that you are not, there is something will happen now, you will just know, yes, you don't belong in this place. There is still racism. Even they tell you there is still racism in the world. It happens because most of us we live in Western world. We see it every day. Thank you, Mr. Evie. Thank you. Good night.
All right. Abdul Malik, thank you, sir. God bless you. I really appreciate you. I can see you be trying for so long to join this panel today. I'm surprised that your network is so clear and your
Yeah,
submission is
no,
clear.
it's not about my network. I have network 24 hours. It's just because of this my telephone. The telephone I was using before. I don't know why. If I try to join, it will tell me that the browser is blocked. There's no access to the browser. But I try to set the browser, but still, it's not working. That's why I try to change my other phone. Understand?
Thank you. This is good. This is good. Thank you. All right.
Yeah,
My people, we've come to the end of the broadcast. I'm very happy that we've achieved another 3 hours plus today. This is wonderful for me. I appreciate every one of you for your time. Those of you that called in today, and God bless all of you. Madam Origin, Madam Deborah, Madam Osai, Madam Tammy, and many others that called in, Mr. F.A., many others, Mr. Shimeze, and God bless all of you now we called in, Mr. Ben as well. Thank you, my wonderful people. I appreciate every one of you. And those of you that joined the panel, Mr. Jonathan Kingsley, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Black Panther, thank you. Give us a Monday. Thank you. F. Emmanuel, thank you, sir. Abdul Malik, thank you. Madan Ashoko, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Now God will bless every one of you that came in. Meanwhile, those of you that supported the channel, thank you very much. Starting with Jerison Obasohan once again, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Martin Benjamin. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Peggy Modi, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I'm Obi Achuko. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you as well. Right, everyone right there on the comment section, start with Mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to you once again, Mommy. I appreciate you for all you do. Thank you very much. And thanks for the love, the prayers, and all you do. Thank you very much, Odu Tola. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. Thank you, Michael Oganamaro. Thank you very much, sir. Good evening to you. Patience Eganruwa, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, God's grace. God bless you all. Good evening to every one of you. Adela Jacobi, Everest. Thank you. Now God will bless you all of you. Bryce Trasser. Thank you, Nasahari, Madam Origin. Thank you. Now God will bless you, my people. Do your part. Press on that like button. Help us to share. Amaka E, thank you very much. I appreciate you all the way from Twitter. That God will bless you. Thank you for all you do over there as well. Thank you, my wonderful people. I appreciate you all. I can't thank you all enough. Thank you for all you do. Yes, like I said before, I'll round up like this by telling you all that, yes, our next visitor will be the governorship candidate. Will join us on Sunday, 7 p.m. Stay tuned. Tell whoever here. We'll be releasing the poster tomorrow, latest, or Friday, so that we can circulate that for more people to come in and ask questions, on what they will be doing for us if he wins as the next governor of Edo State. Thank you very much, my people. Now we'll join the content. I'll see you guys again tomorrow by God's grace, fingers crossed, and let us continue to talk about it that's affecting us. If you're just joining us for the first time, if you are our new subscriber, I want you to know, or rather, if you are wondering what we're doing here, we are here calling out our government every day, 6 p.m., every day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, 365 days in a year, calling them out to do the right thing. We can't continue with this looting upon all that. They still loot the looting. Now here we join the curtain, my people. And God bless you. Now subscribe to our channel. Take us to 100K. We are close there. Take us there. Subscribe and also help us to share and like our videos. My people, like I said before, I will join the curtain. Good night and bye for now.
Ikirikio Hotel